match start presented by Samsung OLED here. Pistol round about to go underway. And for me, I just want to keep our eyes on what exactly Neon is going to be able to do in the server. Was an absolute beast in Leviathan's opener. And this time, he's going to be able to explore the middle side of the map on his own.
Yeah, I love how much agency playing that Chamber gives to Neon. Such a talented player coming into this roster. If you look at all of these guys, you can see those moments from them, and I think they've shined with the new compositions. Sato especially had a great first week as well on the Neon.
On the other side of things, of course, Babybay too, putting up some big numbers in that match versus MIBR, and that's where LEV are headed. And
playing the Vise instead of the Chamber. I'm interested to see how effective this stall utility will be, especially with only a solo duelist comp from Leviathan.
But has some support with an Astra Star already placed on the ground, and now Leviathan making a go at things here. Sato going right down the middle, Babybay on the other corner, and he tracks it somehow. Nice shot to finish it off. That'll be the first kill for G2, and another on the fadeaway. Babybay already putting on a clinic for G2 as the rest of the squad slowly makes their way in. It is not comfortable for Leviathan just yet. That spike has yet to be planted, but King spotted a shoulder, and now might have enough coverage to go for it. Spike waiting for it too as G2 take their time. A dart to reveal. And now these shots just not quite connecting. Leviathan getting pushed further and further away from the spike as King gets in front of it, only to be quickly shut down. G2 making this one look all too easy to start things off.
I think the best way to sum up G2's composition since they've started playing this double smokes with the Harbor, playing the Vice every map, it is suffocating. There's so much utility to drown you out. That shot's just ridiculous from Babybay, spamming through the smoke. Even the earlier one was nice too, turning his own flash, getting that pick. See him rubbing his hands together.
He knows what he just did.
In a lot of ways, he felt like the missing piece of that run to 4th place in Bangkok. He wasn't horrible by any means, but he performed below his level he showed in Americas. And looking at this team to win another Americas title, to go to London, I think he was the key players to turn it around, to find his key performance again. And even in that loss, like you mentioned, he was good there, and it's good to see him starting hot here as well.
I think you might have gotten the wrong city on that one, Mimi.
What did I say?
He was a caster back when they were at Bangkok.
Did I say Bangkok?
You said Bangkok. It's all good. He's doing good work at this time around, though. Another 2 quick kills.
Bangkok is the Santiago of Thailand. A lot of people are saying this.
Yeah, in some ways, I suppose. That's another kill through a wall or a smoke for G2. Getting a whole lot of those to start off this match, and Neon's gonna try to just dodge on away from things, but this round is cooked.
Yeah, we've seen 2 rounds where Lev has tried to just go for hard sight. It doesn't matter too much this one with the lesser buy, but I think the sauce in this game is going to come from focusing a little more on mid control. You look at G2's comp, and they have so much global stall utility. We've been in a meta where there's not a lot of hard stall, where everyone's playing double duelists, where you can hit sites to your heart's content. But think about this composition. You have cross-map Thorns lineups that can be stalling on either side. You have the global Astra utility that can be a smoke, that can be a pull, and if you end up misfortunate enough to go to Harbor site, that's even more that is suffocating you out. So for Leviathan, well, it was the speed and the pace that won them their last match. I think they have to find a bit more balance and work into mid to find success in this one.
Yeah, so far they've seen Babybay on different sites with that Vise. This time, eyeing up mid. As previously mentioned, Giacomo pinged out every single time by the Sova Dart. And it seems like G2 might have some ideas here to fight back in. My eyes are on Valen, still hanging out up in Nest in case that drone were to tag a player. He could have looked for the spam.
This comp from G2 is very good at giving space and then re-fighting with the Harbor utility.
Shots exchanged here around double doors. It's a good look from Lev to challenge into mid because all that Vise utility is just battering down out of A main.
So step 1 is good. They've gotten mid control, but I'm looking to see that next step now, which is finding the Vice site and either baiting out that wall and re-hitting or avoiding it entirely.
Maybe Spike even getting a little bit freaky. Stepping by tunnel while the rest of the team makes some noise outside double doors. Babybay has support of Trent over on yellow. But Leviathan are really just trying to sell this one for the time being as Spike moves in. Closing down through the smoke, and even though Jaw was waiting for it, it doesn't matter. Quick on the flick. Spike will find that kill
30 seconds
as
left.
Leviathan continue to move into the A site. Really playing both fronts right now, and it's working to perfection. No one looking at Sato. So he gets a kill and a little bit extra, and Valen
Spike planted.
somehow has to try and wrangle this round back G2's way.
The flank coming in now as well.
One
Should be the
enemy
checkmate.
remaining.
Yeah, it won't be easy. Now Valen out of the equation, and just a Sheriff in Leaf's hands, so Leviathan have a flawless round after some creative play through mid.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that Spike gets that kill. That he worked towards the B side of the map. Wasn't even having the correct crosshair placement, but just hits this nasty flick. And then opens up the door for LEV. I do think that's the right approach though. You take mid control, you push and pull a little, try and find that weaker side, and then you finally execute with the force of this comp with the Neon in it.
So G2, after seeing that deliberate play through mid, instantly say, Giacomo, pick up that operator,
Yep.
What can you give us?
And he will be playing towards middle. At least
Down
with this
into elbow.
push.
Is that a pullback? It is, and they're out in the open. Leaf, good for 2, but taken down on the retreat.
And those are two of the best players to kill here. No Aster util, no Vice util. Hitting a site just became so much easier.
Map control just completely gone for G2, so they step right back in. And blows is down. That's the spike.
Down B.
Neon steps away from the dart.
One enemy
And right
remaining.
back in, he's gone as well. This choice to go back into the fight once again pays off big time for G2.
King was playing back containing. And now has to play a 1v3 where he's trapped. Off watching him from spawn. That's an easy cleanup for G2.
That was a tough position to play from as
Yeah.
well. You had highlighted how they'd lost that stall utility on B. That's also their information utility as well. So they have to go for this sort of 50-50 idea, and it works beautifully.
And it kind of becomes this trade-off. When you're playing a comp like this that has such good stall,
remaining.
you know your opponents will expect that and try and
Nice,
exploit
boys.
your weakness towards
Good
mid.
shit.
So you're almost forced to go back in and find those refights. Really nice timing from G2, and I think LEV will want that one back with some of the solo swings.
Now that last kill did reveal there is an op in play. So Leviathan wasting no time at all. Here comes Sato, an ultimate into backside 2. Duelist down. The Omen ult canceled out. Everyone on Leviathan is trying to retreat with the TPs. Seems like they've taken so much space, and somehow it is King out in front of the rest of the pack. Finds himself wedged there on side as Neon is good for that one. This round not so simple just yet. Hunter's Fury now trying to push Trent into the crosshair. That combination is pristine. Out from Leviathan. Not over yet as Baby gets a kill down into mid, but that site belongs to Lev.
Tough to work back in as well, with Neon still having that op in hand. Leaf is going to attempt to flank, but Lev should be wary of this soon.
Spike planted.
Interesting too that Baby chooses to leave mid as well. Go back towards his spawn.
Recovering it. Taking that back.
G2 are taking their time. Approaching on separate angles now. Who's gonna take that first shot? Baby shows his presence, backside, tries to turn ahead and open up the opportunity for Leaf. Can't wait too much longer. There goes Leaf, and he is out. Leviathan still with 3 alive. Should be easy enough for them to fall on out of the site, play for time, and Baby can't even get the shot on the retreat. That was some nice tempo adjustments after the initial play there from Lev.
Yeah, it was interesting though, because the first play did not go their way at all. We saw that really fast dive into the site from Sato get almost immediately punished. I think the factor there was the harbor utility that slowed everyone else down, meant that no one could actually scale with him. But this was the critical piece of the round.
Enemy
King
remaining.
slipping through in the chaos of those smokes, getting into a position G2 didn't really expect, and converting it with that 2K. He's been such an impressive player for pretty much all of his career. Almost always gets a little overshadowed by someone else on his team, be it Osbos or be it one of these youngsters like Sato or Neon.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta say he's one of the most consistent players in Americas.
Yeah, I feel like when you talk about who are some of the best shooting smokes players in Americas, at least last year, my eyes would have been on probably you're talking about King, or you're talking about Valen on the other side of things, always putting up the big numbers.
So interesting to see Valen playing that harbor every map now, too. You lose some of your agency to make plays. You have to spend a lot of time working that utility. It's certainly an interesting read.
Yeah, on defense too, it's a little bit harder to support your teammates with the wall to stall things out. So that's why we've got the Vise over here on the B side. Baby Bay stalls things out with the Steel Garden as King might have found Jogamo. Leon might find a player walking down mid too.
Yeah, I think Baby Bay wanted to give a chance for his teammates in mid to fight a pick as they retreated from that, but doesn't work out. LEV falls, and now LEV look to regroup and hit back into B.
Good news for G2, I suppose, is that the one rifle that was carried over from the last round is hanging out on this side, Baby Bay!
Down B.
Where did that come from? 2 shots, 2 kills. Now Trent switches over to the drone. Leviathan still advancing into this site. They know they have the weaponry, but they're getting touched up by some utility. And the flank has come in as well. We're down to less than 30 seconds on the clock. Leviathan not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. Baby Bay still lodged into backside, and Valen gets that kill. That's the spike out into the open. We're down to 15 seconds. Leviathan have to go now. Can't waste even a moment. And it'll start to fall apart. King searching for the spike, has nowhere to really try and plant this. Tucks around the other side of this box and gets it down somehow. First kill goes his way. King still in this. And Valen will take him out with the Sheriff. Down to the wire. G2 take the round.
It's a huge, thrifty round for G2 to win. And so much of it comes down to Baby Bay. That 2K, with the one hero weapon they had, was absolutely pivotal. And I doubted the play a little to invest this Vice ult so early. But the time it stalled was massive. Knowing that players had walked into A main, had walked into mid, LEV had no choice but to recommit into the stacked site with the rifle. They didn't give themselves an option. And look at that smile.
Baby Bay feeling good there. Valen as well. Both of them riding on 7 kills, stepping into the 7th round.
That does feel a little like kickoff LEV, losing that round.
You want to play? Let's
Too early
play.
to get too worried.
Util setup, trying something new after that elbow fight a few rounds ago. Now that smoke blocks away Jaw's operator. Love to see Jaw always switch over to that shorty in the secondary.
Yep.
Oh no.
Just on the other side.
Oh no. Not too much longer on this smoke left. And now Sato's been revealed. Jogamo back to the line, spots his mark and takes it out too.
Down mid.
And I love this look. Condition that you're giving mid control, show nothing early.
Right
find that
on
refight.
the other side. Another
going.
bubble, and Neon just turns on a dime, takes out Valen. Valen will want that shot back, and we're tied up at 4.
50 seconds. Stall util is still up on both sides of the map.
And look how spread Leviathan are as well. Everyone's on an island.
Same for G2. It's a game of individuals right now. But they'll look back towards B. Asterwall, that's going to buy even more time and a pocket for LEV to play in.
That's interesting. Leaf just looking to stall out, and he can hear everything on the right-hand side of this wall. No spike is going to be there.
Oh, they don't know.
Oh dear. The clear, and there he goes! Spike knew exactly what was up. Not to be fooled. Trent almost taken down through the smoke as well. LEV navigate down to low time again, but this time it pays off beautifully. Spike is actually killed by the shock dart. That creates some chaos. And down into mid. There's no way you're ready for Spike on this corner. Baby Bay was ready for the clear. Trent might have spotted him. Now Trent pinched a little bit between 2. Holds for a moment.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, what else have you in the tank, Trent? He waits. He waits. This time he's looking for the half. Holds his nerve. Barely flinching, back on and off again. Trent is unleashed.
That is disgusting out of Trent. Breaks up the crossfire. 2 clean kills for his Red Bull clutch.
That was pretty.
And I thought the pivotal moment of that round was going to be the tuck in the Astra wall. That double take to go back in and clear from Spike.
Hello.
How are you today?
And goodbye.
But wow, did he play this well. Was a little overcommitted on that jiggle from Sato.
Yeah, it's crazy that he gets back on here and then still pulls off. Spike just couldn't connect that first bullet.
Hurts for Spike. And after a passive mid-hold, G2 go aggressive.
Whoa, whoa,
So
whoa,
does Sato, hello.
He's out of there somehow. When he's back in, Sato playing on a knife's edge. At the same time, there's an Omen that's teleported backside. This is a fake hit towards A, while the rest of Leviathan have navigated on to B. This round, just 20 seconds in, completely blown up with a shotgun, no less. He might have wished he still had the judge in hand. Let's take a breather, because G2 needs some time to reset here, you'd have to imagine.
The map state is just insane. Whew. Sato is still bottom mid.
Yeah, my lurking Neon. And he sees the barrel. Not gonna let you get away with that one.
I have really liked both of these pace change rounds from LEV. Saw it earlier in the half after that really slow round that they nearly lost on time. End up just popping a hit, win that one here as well.
It seems like the slow rounds are making me a little bit nervous for LEV.
Sure.
Granted, they've also lost them, so it just looks worse on paper, but it always feels like they're getting down to the wire and a spike planter is like going down by spam, by a piece of utility, something like this. Whereas the fast rounds, Sato's a little more unleashed.
Yeah, the key to note, though, is that they aren't just bashing their head into sights like they were in those very first few rounds that they were losing. Instead, it's almost always fast looks into mid, where the Neon is trying to commit either towards A-Link or go up towards B and look for a pick early there before they then reset and make a decision.
Exactly. It's still playing the map, and that is something that's not super easy to do, but I think something that you can exploit when you're playing the attack side of Breeze.
And that's such a huge round. Look at the money for G2. Just a couple hero weapons.
Gotta go.
But they did win the last round, where they only had hero guns.
That time it was Baby Bay. This time, Jaw and Trent. The clutch, and Jaw's good for the first. Now the lurk out of the equation. Leviathan move into the site. Let's listen in and hear Leviathan's comms.
Passou, tem parede ainda? Vai cair agora. Passei. Vou só clicar, vou deixar o King pegar também. Não, só precisa você plantar. Calma.
Tá paredada.
Plantei aberto.
Vai anotar.
Tô começando a jogar DD, guys.
Tomei out.
Liga a parede. Tô andando agora também, ele me viu meio. Vai comer aqui. Vai chaparé.
Sleep, brother.
Mais um comprou.
80 do Sova.
Abre direito, King.
Não tá meio
Tô pronto. 2.
É pra qual? 80 do Sova, tem veneno.
Last player standing.
80 do Sova.
It's interesting, really quiet from Leviathan. I feel like I didn't hear many voices other than King kind of dictating that fight. Obviously, I don't know what he was saying, but...
Sure, at the end of the day.
Still, that's another hero gun round won by G2. It's that first pick into mid with this operator. And then this great shot onto Sato, who's trying his best to dance away from it with the Hunter's Fury.
Man, ends up being a 3K for Jaw, right? With the shorty, no less. It's a full house between the two players that had guns at the end of the day.
So now 2 of those rounds lost. This starts to hurt a bit for LEV. Despite doing okay on the rifles, they're at a big deficit.
This is that combo play. I think the molly might have been a little bit short. It was intended to head, but regardless, G2 have a few players that could choose to fight around double doors if they wanted to.
If I'm watching back this VOD and I'm the next team, I'm telling my players to spam this smoke every round that Jaw has off.
Yeah.
He loves going into it with the shorty and just holding that angle.
It's true. But for now, Leviathan keep it a little bit more quiet. Set up for a 3-2 A split. And the stall utility from G2 is all on the wrong side of the map. This is going to be a tough site to hold on to. It's just going to be off the marksmanship of these players. That first shot goes wide, and G2 are punished for it. Jogamo still into the mix of things yet. And Valen locked into backside. Inching forward from G2, really challenging, looking for the fight. Neon switches over to the pistol for a kill. Another one hits the floor. Leviathan good on that. This round doesn't seem so doable for G2.
That's a safe call. How many times this game have we seen Neon looking the wrong direction, looking like he's guaranteed to lose the fight, and then he just turns it around? That shot had to have been wonderful with the Headhunter.
And that Headhunter, it pulls out so quickly.
Yep. Fastest equipped time of pretty much anything.
Quickest draw in the West.
That's the first time we've really seen a site hit where G2 didn't have the util in the right place, right? They had the majority of their pre-play stars over towards B, plus everything with that Vise. I think LEV have found a key here with working these splits from mid into A. Had a lot of success there.
Yeah, I wonder at what point G2 decide to go back to a fight over mid, because the last time we really saw that was the elbow fight that was kind of a mixed bag until they picked up the round later on.
I wouldn't be surprised if they return to it. Or even if they shift this Vice back towards A and try and use some of those thorns to help stall out Link.
Well, something tells me a G2 timeout. See what the idea is, because Giacomo isn't with the pack right now. He's headed double doors.
My other thought is just have Jaw by a judge at some point and just hold Link.
Fair enough.
It's 2026. Buy the gun.
G2 head into this with 3 guns, and Giacomo is running down through doors. It's a pinch play into A main that Neon was waiting for. A bit of a gamble that Josh tried to cook up there with the timeout. Doesn't pay off to start, and that's just going to open up the floodgate onto this A site. Valen pushed back into the corner now, as it's a nice shot on the Sheriff. Trent is a monster! Finally taken out, but it's a 2-on-2 now. As Leaf steps forward. Hurt that teleport. And he goes into outer space at the wrong moment. That sticks Baby Bay now into the 1-on-2. Still Neon has to go back for the spike. How long can he hold his nerve? Wow, it's a hard read from LEV. A double hold onto the smoke after faking the plant. And eventually Baby Bay bit up that leash.
Truly nice shots from Trent to even sell something this round, but you have to rewind earlier. That first kill from Neon, punishing that trap play, that fast split into main with the Neon running down. It's honestly a great read from G2, expecting a hard A main push. But Neon was ready for it. And it's now LEV looking to tie this half up.
I'll find them.
5 players just A main ready to go again from Leviathan. Baby Bay has switched his setup over onto this side of the map though. That's been effective at isolating Sato from the rest of his team when they're all stuck behind it. So once again he tries to go in. His feet get nipped at by the thorns. And now Hunter's Fury to guide his path into backside. Leviathan ripped G2 apart. That is devastation as Spike gets a little bit out of control on the teleport.
Neon again with these flicks.
It's a little bit crazy. Trent's just way out in front of his teammate with Leaf dealing with that TP. But Leviathan are still taking their time. Trying to post Neon up on the angle.
They've been super thorough in these post plants.
Oh, that's a problem! Trent again for 2.
Revealing area.
A quick layup, and now he's got the Hunter's Fury as well. On point with his shot. And Leaf into the smoke. That was gorgeous.
Can Trent see through walls, man? How is he finding these kills? Just ridiculous stuff from him. His heroics not enough in round 11. But here, a massive step up again. Just a knowing nod.
I feel like Leviathan should have won that half like 8-4 or 9-3 or something, but all of these hero moves out of G2 give them the lead instead.
That prediction is so nice. Starts it in the middle, expects him to go to the corner, and then just double spam again.
Yeah, all 3 kills behind a smoke.
A 13-5 half for Trent. Keeps G2 in the lead, but there's a lot more to play on Breeze. Into the stall utility G2 had, found some great solutions, and now we get a look at their defense. Especially, I'm excited to see what Neon can do here on the chamber.
Yeah, I liked how they were calling a lot of that attack side, but now have to deal against a G2 team who's very good at working the map. On this pistol, not getting too creative just yet though. 4 players up through A main, and a drone to lead the charge.
This comp is scary if it gets in a post plant. So much stall, so much sustain.
Yeah, there goes the wall to kick things off, and King is just getting killed through a smoke again. Oh
and
my
it's Trent,
word.
of course.
Yeah, of course. I really, you know, maybe we do check him PC. I'm not quite sure. That's 4 in a row through a smoke. And I suppose Leaf can now go ahead and activate on that lurk. Look for the backstab. G2 doing a good enough job at stalling out the retake. Has primed Leaf for a perfect moment to stab them in the back.
Right there.
All hell about to break loose as Leaf gets that first one, and Valen will get another. Nice flash, and no bullets left in the tank, but it will be Trent for 3 regardless.
Look at how long those smokes lasted. Leviathan was in position to retake, waiting outside for probably 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And that buys time for the Leaf reflank. That lets G2 set up in the exact crossfires they want. It means when the smokes finally drop, there's also a Vise flash in your face and a well set up fight from them. It's just such a tough comp to play into, and Trent just having a good time with it. Might be the luckiest man in the world today.
I mean, why not? 16 and 5 at the moment.
But let's be real, only like 9 of those are honest kills.
Oh yeah, no, I never said anything about it was honest, but a kill's a kill at the end of the day. What it's done is set up G2 nicely, try and run away with things here. Leviathan have that 4-stack over towards A, and I think G2 now have that read. A little bit funky on that wall, going up into B, and well, they've got themselves a site.
Yeah, it is interesting to see the little variant there, but look at all the util that's going up in the post plant. I want to focus on it in a less chaotic round. There's thorns in the open, there's 2 stars getting placed around that area as well. So if you want to refight in, there's going to be a neon in your face in the smoke, there's going to be thorns late round. Oh, and by the way, Leaf's going to be flanking you.
Yeah, that's always going to be a factor. There's always going to be a 1 star remaining to pull you off the spike, defuse, even if you were to win out in the retake.
Luckily, none of that matters if you just want to die to the spike.
How many does Leaf allow to go to the grave? He's going to allow all 4.
Very kind.
What a generous soul.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, you know, you're talking a lot about the utility that G2 have. I think one of the things that made me a little bit dubious of the Vise pick is on a map like Breeze in particular is how wide a lot of the spaces are to put down the thorns and try to stall out. But when you have all of these orb smokes that you can place in new angles, you can actually tighten a lot of those chokes around Pillar or around the pyramids over towards A, drop down your thorns right around those, and all of a sudden you're just playing a normal map.
Yeah, and also since the map changes that happened a while ago, a lot of those lanes have been shrunk down as well. The Pillars angle you bring up, for example, is smaller than it used to be. It's the same to be said with some of these other fights that we were highlighting on defense.
So G2 sit at 9-5 now. I believe Leaf did upgrade into a Vandal. And G2 just wasted no time at all at the start here. Challenging over towards B main, but really waiting to see if Leviathan are going to take some space into mid. Babybay's playing all the way back towards his own spawn. See if that ever comes to fruit.
I think a lot of this half is going to be trying to apply that pressure and pull out aggression from the Neon or from the Chamber out of Leviathan. Those 2 players that want to get active, get posted on extremities to help with that information game. Especially when they're playing a comp that has far less stall utility to hard hold sites. It's all the more important to have those proactive extremities that allow faster rotates.
So G2 are going to take their time. Ah, yes, we just got our orb back ready to go. Time for G2 to work into the site. Still 2 players stuck back here. Giacomo advancing with the judge, but it's hard to go much further than this. The fight on Neon is good for it. That's a gun if he can move a little bit further forward. Leviathan quick to get back in here as well as a slide into the corner. Sato's got a judge of his own. Leviathan might have gotten back into the site, but G2 are playing largely off of it, apart from Valen.
With the offside players, time is ticking.
Ooh, Valen pushed back into the corner. Now peeled against. As a dart should come out. Stop this plant for a moment. Babybay good on that shot. Leviathan need to get onto the spike, and I'm not sure if G2 can stop the defuse. They manage it. And now Spike taken down before he has a chance to get back on. That is a bonus round secured for G2.
When you slow down and play retake against this comp, it gets brutal. They have so many tools up in your face. Even looking back to the execute, how many players were on this site? There was 2 in position, 2 on a fast rotation, but no one could fight because of the pure amount of smokes. and the only avenue they had to approach was held by a judge.
Yeah.
And as you're waiting for these smokes to go down, everyone, if you pick going back, if you pick going forward, you do not get a choice to change. You cannot get a pick and retreat because all of that utility will lock you into your decision.
It can be frustrating, as it has already been proved for Leviathan. Now without much to spend, Neon, Headhunter in hand, will teleport away, and some good damage layered down. Let's see how G2 keep it calm on this anti-eco.
We smoked. Oh, tag, he has to fall. Just run.
Going through. I smoked.
He full gave, he's solo. Look backside though.
Thorns activated.
Right. In sucks.
TP'd
TP'd out. Gun down, Dre. Don't grab it, it's fine.
Was Plant trying to fight right a bit?
Johnny
ready.
I can't break. I'll break.
Finding.
I can't break, I don't see it. Tag me. They're trying to scale on Walters.
Thorns left. I have stun still. Okay, stun you guys slant when no smoke fades, okay?
Left side. They're all going right.
I'm stun slant, you're good.
Fight left.
Bricks. Bricks.
Last player standing.
That's right. T. I will. Don't worry about it,
All
boys.
good, boys.
Well, they kept it calm, but that didn't lead to a round win for G2. Leviathan just blitzed their way in there. A good kill on the entry and can finally capture some of that thrifty magic that G2 had all for the first half.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. I like that they're taking the risk to try and get this early pick. Spike was excellent on LEV, who,
He turned around to break the dart.
yeah. No one able to see that for him. I think you even heard that in the comms. And that's a nice shooting from Lev. That's a massive round to get them back into this game.
G2 still have a bye, though, and Trent has the Hunter's Fury, which has been a massive issue for Leviathan so far.
Yeah, Trent in general has really been that problem. As Neon posts up here.
Gonna need someone to break this drone for him. That should be doable. King supports it, as now that ultimate unleashed. Neon waiting in the corner, and he's here for it. Gets some big damage down onto Jogamo before teleporting to the other side. 1 for 1 at the present, and G2 might have ideas to abandon this A site.
Look in mid. Leaf has been holding here, and there's a re-clear from Lev.
Whoa, Sato going quick on that one.
He didn't see Leaf.
No, he didn't. And now there's some reinforcements, and no one's even looking at Leaf.
My ult's ready.
1 kill, and instantly cuts noise.
Need that back.
Some doubt creeping into Spike's mind. Could they be up through double doors yet? There's a tripwire there for the time being.
I like that from him. Take the risk, swing through and get the info. But still, there's 2 options. Did they double back B, or are they double backing into A?
And Spike's gonna be a little bit too slow to pinch back into A. There's even a wall blocking him off.
He reads it wrong, goes towards B.
So Neon is all on his own. To stop G2 from advancing to 11, he's gonna need something, but he can't do it. Teleports away, chipped at. Now repositions. Spike TP's past the wall.
This flank is big. It's a very fast timing.
Baby Bay is waiting for it. Ready just in case. This fight could be everything, and it's massive for Leviathan. Spike repositions quickly, and as the walls come down, it is about to go down. Leviathan need to act, need to do something. On the other side of this, it's G2 all the way. Spike abandoned. 1 on 3. That's the first. Needs to keep charging forward, sees them both, but he switches the wrong time, and Trent will seal the deal.
Pivotal piece of that round was Leaf's fight in mid. Tucking in, Sato goes for the jump peek to re-clear, but just not quite deep enough to catch him. And Leaf continues to be a problem, even later into the round. Low on health doesn't matter when he's the man on that flank angle. And another round that is so close, that could have been won. But it comes down to the wire, and G2 takes it.
The potential salvation for Lev being that Neon finally has the operator. He's in mid right now. And G2 aren't showing really anything at the start of this round.
But the way G2 have been playing, though, I think it's going to be difficult to get value with this operator. You have to be very aggressive, basically face into utility. G2 just have so many tools, pullback stars, drones, harbor utility, to block you off or push you off.
Only now do G2 make a go at anything. moving back to A main. They've got a drone to push Spike off the line. Choose for the dart instead, keeping things fluid and how they scale up into A main, and that's some great damage on Spike.
Valorant expects a rewalk into mid, similar to what LEV caught last round.
This makes me a little nervous. G2 are taking their sweet time.
Feign B, re-hit A. Looks to be the call.
And I'm looking at Sato with a Judge and an ult. He could activate quickly to pinch back into B, but the Spike has hung out on A. G2 trying to make an honest fake here over on B, but it's not a good sell. 20 seconds left and already onto the A site. Spike already low from that earlier exchange, and on the other side, it doesn't even matter. Spike gets that kill and is still alive down to 10 seconds. He upgrades. Spike tries to save this round, but it won't happen. It'll all fall down onto Sato, but he'll fall first. G2 on map point.
Excellent push-pull that round from G2. The early pressure heavy on A, and while that late fake didn't sell any rotations off of A, it kept those players on the side of B, and well, it got real sketchy with the time. These kills on the rotate back, catching those players from B, and Jaw making some great decisions in his pathing, going through his wall, making it sound like he was going to go back the other way. And I don't know if they have any place to talk about random kills this game.
No, I'm not sure.
What Trent is doing.
It's a tough one. Well, Sato, he's just into A main. This is the new approach for Leviathan. If you lose the slow round to G2, don't even give it to him. Take some space against and force G2 to come up with an answer on the fly.
See how much value just these pullback stars are getting. Force him all the way back.
Jogamo finds himself in a very interesting position. Isolated from the team, tried to call in maybe a dart to try and break something, but there is still a tripwire on the ground in front of him.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was quite in range to hear the buzz. I think he should have been.
G2, under a minute now. Certainly hears it now.
But by not breaking the strip and calling his teammates back into main, means that they could pop a split into B with him approaching far faster than Leviathan are ready for.
Well, here we go. That's a reckoning hurled over towards the A site. Again, G2 trying some fake ideas. As with 30 seconds left, it's a reposition. Spike is joining the fight on B. It's a 3-stack for Leviathan now. 25 seconds left to go, and his support is necessary to keep things together. G2 now completely stalled out in the choke, really trying to force their way through, and Trent will lay down the pathway. As Neon pulls the tour de force out from his back pocket. He is shut down by an operator on the other side. G2 set up into the post. Babyface operator on full display, leaves marksmanship as well. Absolutely perfect, and Trent, from beginning to middle to end, has been a superstar here today.
13-6 map 1. There was moments in the first half where it looked completely fine, and if that's what he prefers, that's great. And well, you're trading off having the fast rotates on defense, trading off the relay bolt, getting the nade, getting the Roomba for an extra piece of util. Those are all reasonable trades to make.
Yeah, all still very powerful tools. Interesting to see what the priorities are from G2. Have a very different read on the meta than a lot of our other squads, but Leviathan as well. This will be the third time Sato is locking in the Phoenix. Played it in both of the maps Leviathan had last week.
We got orb number 1.
Hey, we're off to the races.
Heavy setup, at least early, from G2 over towards mid. Now they've gone back. That Roomba in question already re-clearing A.
Yeah, Leviathan keeping it quiet.
This is a nice refight setup. Off the jiggle, they can flash, seize nade, and then triple swing in.
And we'll see if Jogamo actually gets into position. He's playing all the way down in vents right now. Not fully getting ready for that fight.
Yeah, you saw him throw the nade there, but the smoke blocking off his teammates means that he can't actually commit to fighting up without risking fighting into multiple in vent.
So Leviathan are actually back into B main. Not going for the full Phoenix farm, but the problem is there is a Vise wall right here in the choke point.
With it being a pistol, though, means no thorns, and that makes it so much easier to get through.
Oh no! 3 of us got stuck behind it, so Spike the only one into the site. Not a big problem though, because G2 are focusing all of their attention on re-clearing out mid. Luckily for King, he hasn't actually stepped back in there, so it's just going to be a 5-on-5 in the post.
He's so deep, though, that the late back stab will still be a factor.
And the paranoia in Neon's hand too, because Leviathan didn't have to use much to actually hit this site. The wall carves up this site into nice little bite-sized pieces that Spike has slipped right into. Spots the first player, but he made noise on that rope, and Valorant just cleans his head off. A little bit surprising.
The wall means no one was there to trade, and now an advantage.
As it comes down, though, these fights about to break out. Neon into the thick of things, but Baby Bay is there with steady hands. G2 clean up shop nicely. King just never really a factor into this round. The orb provides all the protection G2 need to stick the defuse, and Valen will find 3 kills and the round.
I think Harbor's biggest advantage, before the change, after the change, is that he's kind of freaky to play against. Like, it's so weird. Look at this wall they throw. How often are you thinking about what crossfires you need to set up when those are the smokes? Best example is Spike in Hell. Normally that's a good position where you have pillar players ready to swing out. Even if there's a smoke, they can fight through and help you. With Harbor, with the slow, with the weird wall, you can't do that. And then even later on, the Cove makes it so tough to deal with them, just putting that pressure of sticking.
You might think, oh, Viper could do similar-ish things with the wall, but even then, you have that notice as a defender when you see that wall come down pre-round or mid-round to figure out how to adjust. It's a very different thing.
Always a straight line, and it's a little easier to disrespect a Viper wall without that slow.
Well, Leviathan are quite lucky there were no paint shells coming at them, because that was 4 players seized up by the tether.
Very passive hold in mid from G2 this time. With the change to Harbor, now having that more active piece of utility with the Whirlpool, can throw that off contact up towards Heaven and kind of use that as a trap play back in.
Couple Spectres for G2. Baby Bay's got one.
Oh, there goes all his health.
Oh dear. Those thorns do some damage. They can pack a punch and soak in the rest of G2. As Leviathan are all sent to their untimely demise. Neon the only one to find a kill, and gonna be nothing left after that. Clean from G2.
It's interesting that Leviathan decided to pick this map into G2 and that they did go with this composition. I think if I was considering how do I beat Vise, how do I beat Harbor, the first place my mind would go to would be a double dive composition. Think something like the Raze Jet. You could even play the
G2
Neon
had to
way
face off against.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the comp that they were playing into. Because you can get over the thorns, you can get past the wall, your Omen is a 3rd dive. But looking at Lev's comp, despite playing 2 duelists, they only have 1 dive character that can actually disrespect the Vise, and that's Omen.
Well, he uses that teleport dive to get up early, and now the tether combo, but the nades are a little bit too deep. G2 unable to capitalize off of that play, but you can see the makings of how strong that duo can be.
Stall util's good.
Ouch. Sato right to the chest. Take it down to 12. Luckily for him, he can heal up in the corner.
Lev just looking for a re-hit back into B.
A little bit tough, though. G2 have 3 players here, and Trent, again on this Sheriff, has been a beast.
He's having a match.
So where do you go from here? Your dive is dead. No Neon to play with.
And you didn't ever have map control in mid or on the A extremity.
And G2 can stall out mid for forever with the... they can place down. King's trying to make a go of something here. But he hasn't found anything just yet, and the time is starting to be eaten away at. There's that flash through, gets a good catch onto Trent and Jaw. Forces Valen to fall into the site. Has some protection by the Cove, but King is closing in. Finds a great timing, but whips on the shot. Valen just slithers back up the rope, no problem. It's 15 seconds left on the clock. Neon again quick on the adjustments. Carries it over from his performance on Breeze. With another kill into the round, it's a one-on-one for Baby Bay. Ring around the rosy, but blows has a read. Babybay has absolutely no idea. What a movement. Blows clutches up for the round.
Really nicely played by Blows there. Reading that he stays new box, repositioning into that off angle. And a big round that it's a tough sell to see LEV winning. That initial volley of stall and then the kill Trent gets as well. It should have been Raps. They had no other space on the map. They were forced to hit into this stacked B site. But this time, it's the LEV individuals making the difference.
This one.
That was a bit more absent, map one.
That it was. What it's allowed LEV now is, well, Sato's got that ultimate, some good work, some fight up into mid too. Leviathan really changing the pace here. This has been common in their calling. Slower rounds into the quick, constantly keeping G2 on their toes.
And now this is better map control. Whoa. King walked up though. 2 players here.
Interesting harbor wall. Slicing through vents, and oh my word, King tries to hold it down for 2. Just an even trade at the end of the day. But that flash through the wall. Sato is sent packing, but now Trent out into the open, still gets one on the return. Jogamo steps in to take his place, holding it down for another. Mayhem in Mail will allow LEV eventually to retreat onto the site. Reckoning gives them no time to really consider their options though. As G2 link up back towards Hall. And the spike plant resets the round.
No Yuta. This has to be a heroic round from Valen.
The cover falls.
1 enemy remaining.
And Babybay right on the other side.
Enemy remaining.
Another duel.
Has Cove now.
But Neon's into it. Takes a perfect timing. Second guesses. Again into a corner that's unexpected. Again! G2 looking the wrong way. The Red Bull clutch from Neon.
Great repositions in 2 back-to-back late round clutches. This time a Red Bull clutch out of Neon. Plays it real nicely there in what ended up being a 1-on-2. It's crazy that G2 even turned this round. The fighting from Trent and Jar respectively up towards heaven.
Poor Valen just ragdolled there off a clean shot.
And that's a reset on the G2 economy. From being a player away from losing their bonus, LEV now in a great spot.
That they are. Again with this B main control. Leviathan have seen the Vi setup here often enough that might just want to break that to start off the round. Start working towards Sato's ult once more. I really like this idea of just playing B main at round start over and over.
Because this G2 comp doesn't really want to fight up super aggressively in that area.
But this harbor wall has created a big question in the middle of the map for LEV.
And G2, after creating that question mark, they want to solve one of their own.
Ooh.
Let's re-clear B main.
It's so fluid, this calling from Valen. Between his utility and stepping back into B main, now pushing back the player with the Prowler.
They do show 3 with that flash, with the harbor.
Both teams
And
this
now
push
LEV
and
wants to
pull.
re-clear.
That's really cute. LEV seem to have gotten the right read on this. G2 have already begun the shift onto A. This calling is nice. An absolute mind game between our IGLs now. And yet that flash left in B main will give some amount of intel towards G2. At this point though, they have to commit to the gamble they've gone for. And that will mean full-on even numbers for the post plant.
And LEV are taking proactive space off that. Already fighting up towards spawn.
Now G2 dominated LEV in the post plants back on Breeze. But now 2 rounds in a row for LEV and far superior weaponry, as well as this advanced position into halls. It sets up Leviathan nicely in this post plant. G2 hoping a fight will come their way sooner rather than later. As now the bombardment of utility lands itself into the site, but right into the waiting arms of Leviathan. A 3K for Neon, and Leviathan take 3 for themselves in this map.
It's a really interesting round from both sides there. Constant back and forth on that push and pull. LEV make a great read at the end, hearing 3 players re-clearing B main, but catching nothing. They would rotate away and switch their strong side. even the decision to fight deep in this post line as well. I think that's how you have to play against Harbor. You have to give that bit of respect even on an anti-eco. That if you're playing back, if you're behind the Harbor utility, they can win with pretty much any guns.
Well, we are heading into probably the biggest round of the half for G2. A must-win for them with 3 major ultimates, and Leviathan are just seizing the reins themselves. Look at Spike move all the way up ramps and behind now this mid player. A 1-for-1 with Trent ultimately falling. And Spike says, give me that gun, as this round comes to a crawl.
Bring them down.
Another nice change of pace from Leviathan. But how they slow down with this embed.
And that was one of the 3 critical ults G2 have now lost in Trent's hands.
Where did LEV want to finish this round? They have a player posted B main, but they still don't really know what's going on that side of the map.
I like the places G2 have found themselves into. When you're down a player and have no mid control, doubling up over on B, hold on to some heaven control, and also 2 players in ramp. Makes it hard for Leviathan to find a clean pathway in.
Still, the longer this clock ticks, the more dangerous the ultimates become from G2.
Exactly, Baby Bay and Jaw, they've got him right here. A showstopper at the ready, and a nice shot. Not a bullet wasted. And there's the showstopper. Combos off the util from afar. G2 win on both fronts with this setup as the rocket just grazes the hair off of Neon's head. Neon does have the ultimate to reposition if he gets the chance later in the round. With 12 seconds left to go, that's going to be the call into backside B. There's still 2 players here. Baby Bay rips the ultimate, and Jogamo gets the kill on top of that too. So a spike likely to be planted, but this round is wraps. G2 will take it.
G2 were so aware that round of what space they had dropped and how exactly they needed to hold it. LEV was waiting, looking for G2 to want to re-clear, to do something proactive. But with their ultimates, playing the time was exactly to their advantage. That angle is just gross, and off losing a teammate, well, Spike's going to react the other side, and G2 disciplined enough to be there to punish that as well. Feels like this match, G2 is forcing LEV's attack sides to fall back into some of the pitfalls of kickoff, of playing too slow, of not giving themselves options in the late round, of waiting for their opponent to make a play, and when they never get that, struggling to be the one to take the initiative.
I think it can be a tough stylistic matchup for Leviathan as well, because G2 is one of those teams that on defense can definitely hit the brakes and play these types of rounds where they give very limited information. So it chokes you out from the time. Interesting to see Leviathan trying to rip this hit now. Oh man, nearly taking out Spike there. Trent flashed up, drops into the site. Another flash, it doesn't matter. Trent just keeps getting kills on players he can't even see. It is ridiculous. And yet, players on opposite sides, it's all sorts of confusing. Neon finds himself in hell, only to quickly fall. This wall has created infinite amounts of chaos. Again, Leviathan shooting at the backs of G2's heads. And for the one-on-one, it'll be King to fall. G2 take back-to-back.
Baby Bay takes down his twin to end the most chaotic round of this game so far. But I think what's really injecting the chaos is this Harbor. Watch again how this wall breaks him up. Phoenix fights ahead, but because of the slow, no one else is with them. And then you look again later in this round, and, well, that player tucked below has a great position. Couldn't actually trade with his team until the wall falls. Such a good tool to disrupt the way your opponent wants to fight. Wait.
Leviathan, only some scraps in the inventory this time around, so we'll see what the idea is. Paranoia is set up for a quick mail dive.
Yeah, I love that start.
Here we go. Some trouble abound for Trent, who is blinded up, and nice on the laser. Spike opens up to sight. Forget the embed, it's just a full-on hit, but Jogamo quick on the heels. Back and forth, King has the other side covered. Has his teammate 6, and now can turn and deal with Baby Bay in mid.
Spike planted.
7 bullets in the chamber. Nice from Baby Bay. That flash in his eyes brings Leaf down into a 1-on-3. Thrifty rounds have been tough for our teams to contain so far in this series.
That they have.
This one looks to be no exception.
I think that's a great change-up from Leviathan. They've been pretty cautious about the way they've approached mid thus far.
Hello.
LEV will go down. I think the biggest reason is just the pure amount of stall that G2 have there. They can be constantly refreshing with double smokes. They could have thorns there. But I think the decision to just send it early and go for a play like this, punish that initiator that is so often up towards heaven. It's a great call. And I think that goes back kind of to what we were discussing in the timeout, where these early starts where they go for aggressive plays are really effective. Where the problems are is good news for LEV is it's an eco for G2, and they only have a couple ults. So let's just close it out cleanly. There's been too many eco rounds lost this series.
Yeah, let's just do it cleanly. Why not?
Yeah.
Should be easy enough. Leviathan back to basics with the B main control. Except this time, just the bait out of the wall.
King has been so passive when he's playing the extremity. I remember a lot of previous games when he plays the Viper on this map where he'd be really proactive in the way that he's lurking and the timings he's taking. So far this game, we haven't really seen that on display.
Yeah, Leviathan have operated with the pack moves first, and then a lurk can come in after a pretty significant delay.
Constant refresh from G2, as you'd expect with all these smokes. But they're playing more passive on their approach this time. See how deep that harbor is, how deep this Bucky is in the hands of Jaw.
Usually, though, Leviathan have gone back into the B hit after this. They're really selling that, moving up into heaven, but Jogamo is here. Cuts off that player. The spike a little bit stranded in mid. Leviathan want to pinch back into A, but there is still Val in here. Or rather, Leaf. Stinger in hand, see if he can get the upgrade on the weapon, gets the kill. But no chance to actually recover. Let's go back to the SMG into the corner. Nearly takes down King on 2 HP. That could have been the round.
He killed himself with a volley.
All right, Trent considering the nightfall. Would have been a big mistake there, as he is quickly dealt with on the other side.
Baby Bay with the hero gun. 1v2.
Yeah, pick that up in vents. That spike only just went down.
You gotta win this round for King.
Which King? Are we talking about King or are we talking about Baby Bay?
Tough to say.
Shows his face, and Sato is there. Easy enough for Leviathan, I say, as we had players dying to a molly and Stinger kills in backside. Never a doubt.
Part of me would love to see that again. Part of me thinks it would be cruel to show it again. But I know what the replay team is going to do. Yep, of course.
Remember when you just threw that molly like 2 seconds ago?
Yeah.
Well,
it's got a lot
still
to
there.
think about. Oh, goodness, Steve's got him. That's one of those plays where you just got to laugh it off.
Yeah. It's a good time. Hey, Jogamo with the operator. That's a wrinkle now. And playing B main, where Leviathan have always come. I like this idea, and he's ready for the jump peek. Always another idea for G2.
And now look at the lineup of ults for G2. This is so scary, especially without that go button of the Neon.
Interesting, though, that the Viswall has changed position. Up into B heaven this time. Where that yellow line is. Sato did walk up into B main and knows there's not a wall there.
Look how deep King is. He has no idea.
Wait, yeah, because he's been playing so passive, I forgot the right-hand side of the map existed. And instantly a Viper's Pit to just make this madness over towards A.
It's a weird round state now. G2 have full control towards heaven, and that ult only blocks off the CT. Oh, here's the showstopper.
Here comes Jogamo. From above, that showstopper comes in for 2! Are you kidding me? How has he done that?
And that's a spike down in elbow. Neon, a kill off the ultimate though. An orb would get it too.
Yeah, but Sato had been hanging out in mid. He's going to be delayed up into heaven.
Left.
Neon still has a whole lot of distance to cover.
Might just be a save.
They can't play it out. I mean, that spike is just in an impossible position.
Only hope would have been grab the orb, try and pick it up, and even then, it's a 2-on-4 with minimal time.
10 seconds left.
A lot of things I liked this round from G2. First one was Jaw with that operator.
Oh, yeah.
A perfect read on that same 4-player B main default that Lev has been throwing. It's the pick on the jump peek, and then late round, having that proactivity that, hey, Leaf got caught off guard. Caught a bad timing, but immediately they're adjusting for that. Here's that opening pick.
Yowza.
Really a nice shot from Jaw. But look at how quick they were to react with this ult combo. And 2 players getting caught with that decay bringing them so low.
Yeah, because they weren't even like standing on top of each other either.
It was literally just the Fade ult decay that made that possible.
Oh, brutal scenes out there for Leviathan. Now though, at least they know there's an operator in play.
Jaw thinks this is going to be one of those A ramp early plays. Nah, we're back to the B main default.
It's funny because I think the read is good from Jaw, but Leviathan just keep going for this.
This time, I think it's going to be more of a hit.
Yeah, because they know there's not a Vise Wall here from last time. That C's, though, still quite good, keeping them at bay for the time being. Valen, a problem for Leviathan. Trent dials in on that player backside. The rest of G2 are here. I mean, what do Leviathan do from here? They're trying to work forward. That's going to be 2 kills. But they're so low when the dust settles, when it clears. A 2-on-2 now.
Jaw still has nade. And Spike's the one with, well, the spike.
Gets the plant down. No, he doesn't! Splattered in the attempt. King has 45 seconds. All the time in the world to navigate this situation. But no one's showing up on his screen.
So disciplined from G2.
Especially now as these fakes become obvious. Now has to run back and commit into this one. G2 could be anywhere now. And they're right inside of the walls. Right there is Leaf to take this round G2's way.
Leaf reads that so well. Knowing the first couple taps are going to be fakes, letting that time tick, and then contacting up in the perfect moment. It's a great round win for G2, and another highlight of just how oppressive the stall util is here. Watch the map where that player rotating in late could just never get out through the harbor utility, even as his team was just getting executed on site. Can I have 10 seconds for like a complete off-topic point?
Fire away, go.
How are we allowed to have a player called Spike? Well, there would be an A ramps dive 2 rounds ago. He was wrong, but he's here again with the operator, and this time he might get rewarded.
Call a timeout just to run straight into the operator. You hate to see it, unless the approach is clinical. First shot goes wide. Spike stalled out for a moment. And whoa, 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 Jogamo is satcheling towards an ulting Omen. What on earth is going on? This round is just ridiculous as Sato now finds his way down into the vents. Leviathan up a man, now up 2. That's a 3K
He
for
accidentally
Sato.
grabbed the rope. Valen's re-walking in now. Sato's holding
That's
another.
a 4th. Sato on for the ace. Even has the run it back to try and hunt down this last member. But hey, I guess the timeout paid off when it all clears away.
Just an insane route that they cooked up there.
Here we go, Sato, what can you find? I mean, come on, Trent. Let's give him a chance, go for the duel. Oh, come on.
You will have seen him with that.
Going for something here, going for some kills on the way out. No ace to be found, but we are all tied up at the half.
Yeah, an interesting call there to commit that timeout. They make it work with another fast execute. Really close back and forth game here yet again.
Look at this play. He's getting prowlered. He's nearsighted, can't hear anything. Satcheling with a short.
Watching it from the other perspective is so funny. Just flying in as Sato is killing his teammate.
Sometimes you watch a round and you just love Valorant.
Yeah.
And that's one of those rounds. Sato wasn't loving it.
No.
But you might love some more Valorant on the other side of this. We have a pistol round ready to go, and Leviathan might be looking for something right down mid.
Least a trap play to start. G2 on the other side. 4 towards A main.
Well, I kind of forgot that the A side of the map existed up until round 12. Nice to see that G2 are reminding us that, yeah, you still can play this side of the map.
I have
4 players here.
Yeah, really heavily rotating into this. Ready to replay round.
Yeah, watch these flashes. Sato can be so effective with that.
Hello?
Oh my word! Jogamo up and around the 2-piece on the paint shells.
He was literally levitating above them that entire fight.
Unbelievable. G2, I guess win the round.
Is he playing zero gravity? Is he in space?
Can we get that in slow motion like he is literally just an astronaut?
Yeah, please show this to me. Okay, fully blind. Satchel. Satchel. Look, 2 people dying under him, and he's nade.
Yeah, I believe we had a pole under that. Yeah,
Look at them. They're all looking up like, is that a UFO?
Yep. Shout out the C's coming in from Trent as well. Nice. I want to know what Baby Bass said.
Yeah. Oh, what a round. Well, that's 2 pistols, 1 for G2.
You can see some of that early utility. Throws out a whirlpool to try and control the orb at the start of the round, but Leviathan love their B main orb.
They do. It's their best friend. Fortunately, they've had to abandon the A site for it. And as we learned on Breeze, and the last time they played this G2 comp, with the Harbor, with the Aster, with the Vise, is really tough to retake into. Of course, LEV will probably just look to die to the spike this round.
I would say A site's a little tough to mass die to the spike if you're Leviathan. Sometimes teams will exit out through your own side of the map, but we'll see. No heaven control for G2, might make it a little simpler.
I really like how deep you're going on them being able to die to the spike.
Let's see.
Sato does want orbs,
what?
though.
That's just,
2
yeah,
orbs.
he's going for the fight. Why not?
Yeah, you're Phoenix.
Everyone else, they can die to the spike. Sato, even in these losing rounds, is gonna win the tempo race. Over to first ult. This is what I was talking about with the hunts, though. Jogamo trying to take a chance to deny, but he won't even. Hands 1 more extra over to King. But the round goes G2's way.
Pretty fast rounds to start for G2. Both of these just slamming towards A. Interested to see if that's a theme as they continue. This comp does have pretty good exec power. I think that's the biggest change with new Harbor compared to old, that he now has a piece of CC utility to actually help and executes and kind of act as a pseudo-initiator.
It can be pretty effective when you have a Seize on one side and Whirlpool on the other, threat of a nade going down with either.
Yeah, lets you go pretty quick when you want to. But of course, you're also playing double smokes, so you can play these slower control rounds. I think a lot of this half is going to be trying to bait out trap plays from Leviathan with the flash, with the neon slide. There are a lot of great tools to hold and then refight into you with all that utility.
Yeah, cool tech there from Neon. You can see he switches over to the alternate way you can drop down smokes. You can still see what's in front of you, and is just jiggling with that smoke ready to place it on the corner of the box as soon as someone shows their face.
G2 now make their step. Haunt catches on to Neon.
G2
Neon.
are going to regret this if they keep moving forward into vents, I fear.
That's a judge.
And they regret it instantly. Okay, Spike pulled off on the last shot, so Leaf will get the kill. That just blows things up now. Although, this guy's a little bit on his own over towards A. Good first shot to connect. And now support in the form of Sato has made its way back into screens. G2 going on a reconnaissance mission, considering their options back into defense spawn. But that is just not going to work at all. Leviathan only lose the 1 in the round.
Yeah, keep it a 1-round game here. Make it look pretty clean on that anti-eco. I'm interested if LEV has more aggressive defensive rounds cooked up. I think, like I was mentioning before, it's not just like the mid trap plays, but re-clears into mains I think are super good with this kind of composition. So I want to see how active they really want to get on this attack side.
Yeah.
Like, do you think it would be good when you're playing into this Harbor comp where you really don't want to play retake against it?
Sure, sure. You're probably not just like full sprinting at them like you might see with like other Neon comps, but with the Phoenix popping out from behind a corner of a wall or behind some smokes can be really effective just off of good timing or info.
And so often you'll see those two players holding hands where the Neon can jiggle, Phoenix flashes, and then you slide and you get a great double swing. I
mean, look at them over in A Heaven right now, having the time of their lives. Even have Blows getting in on the action on that side of the map with the Prowler.
Get him.
Phoenix and Neon are showing up to mid now. but thorns make it so hard for them to actually try and
That's
fight
really
through.
good protocol. Yeah, just to provide that layer of protection for Jogamo to advance through heaven. Not a moment wasted. The quick turn from Baby Bay is there just in the nick of time. Leviathan have all of their members ready to fight back in, but Baby Bay is reading them like a book. 3 elite out from him. Now Leviathan, considering the error of their ways, trying to get that backstab against G2, but Baby Bay was having none of it.
Are they saving here?
I would.
I would rather them go for damage when G2's money's in a less good position and they have 3K on 4 of their players.
That's fair, yeah. Only Spike in a little bit of money trouble.
Either way.
They're considering ultimates as well, where Jogamo, Trent not too far off, and King of Blows, they're miles away.
I do want to laud G2, though, for the util usage on that round. First of all,
Laud them, please.
yes, the Thorns in Heaven to stop a refight was great. Exactly the protocols you need against a comp like this that wants to brawl. And then even once they went into the execute, you saw the Whirlpool went towards backside, which means no one could be flooding from that direction either. And even past all that, the way Baby Bay is playing around this, reading the flank, and then tucking into this corner, Sato doesn't think anyone can be there.
You're just playing around a really unique wall.
And that's what's so cool about Harbor, is that every round, your opponent has to sight read what you're doing. Look at it for the first time and figure it out in time.
Yeah, and that wall always comes down just a little bit different because you are throwing it on the fly. So quick thinking is your best friend. Up against it.
And when you're a team that wants to go quick and fight a lot, I think it's all the more effective at disrupting.
Leviathan again up into B main. Sato already has the ultimate though. Interesting to see G2 continue to put this focus down into mid. Leviathan want to go for this fight too. They run it back, ready to go. Sato into it now, but ready for it is G2.
He's just not allowed to fight. A whirlpool, a smoke, everything to stop him.
This angle that Jaw's in too is just beautiful as well. Fully protected from Mail.
Where did that need go?
That's stunned though, and he is in trouble. Good support out from Trent, but that fight goes all Leviathan's way. Man, the second Neon puts down the smoke, Leaf rips his head off. That stall completely disrespected too. Baby Bay gets another.
Lev's last 2 players are completely separated here. Blows towards spawn. King working a long reflank.
Spike plant unlocks the Nightfall.
Confirms only 1 is CT.
And the high-low ready to go. Back towards B main. As Blows creeps ever onward. These positions are really nice. Good trade out of Baby Bay. Patient with it as well. Out into the corner, Baby Bay's looking the wrong way! Thought King had slipped out, but King had held his ground. Calm, cool, collected for the IGL.
King gets his revenge in that one-on-one that he lost earlier in this game. Not sure what timing Baby Bay thought he could have had there.
My ultimate
Plays to King's advantage.
1 enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Really nicely done by
One
him, taking that timing to very early get out on the site. Interesting
There's 2 of
reactions
them?
from both sides.
1 round separating these 2 teams. As G2 head back over towards A. It's been a great part of the map for them. Now fully kitted up Leviathan. Still have their double duelists over on ramp.
Those type of rounds are the ones that Lev really needs to win when they're brawling so much, when they're playing against a team who has so much utility. It's often going to whittle down into these clutch late rounds. It's good to see them stepping up. It's kind of where they failed on Breeze.
Yeah, G2 had seen this Prowler thrown out a couple of times, so this time they waited out. Now step back in after Leviathan had backed up into vents.
You see how proactive this duelist duo is. Already here to fight.
Ooh, some good damage felt by Jaw. G2 don't really have any other things to play for on the map. Could retreat if they wanted to, but now by dropping down the wall, signaling their intent.
Go, go, go.
As Leviathan choose to fall back instead. They accept the fact they've stalled out G2 for the time being and Bunker down on site.
Yeah, I like that call. Be willing to force out this utility to clear heaven and then give the space to avoid ever having to play the retake.
King should have refreshed some gas to throw this wall up again. We're down to 30 seconds. Spike and Sato still close by. I mean, at this point, G2, what are we doing? We're now making presence felt. It's got to be time to go now from G2. It'll be down to the wire. As pressure mounts, in the back of their minds, Jagamo steps into the line. Quick trades, and the kill is there. But Sato has slipped into the back of sight. Spike still just about to go down.
Last player standing.
Baby comes around the other side. It's 4 for Sato.
That round, G2 gave themselves absolutely no options. Leviathan had a full read as to what was going on. And all they had to do was sit and wait. Mentioned the decision during the rounds, but choosing to fight into the site and bunker instead of continue the brawl towards heaven. That was a really great choice. And just some beautiful shooting from Sato there.
Ooh, blows a kiss on the way out.
That's enough to shore up the round. So they're cooking something now. Game is tied, a couple of these close late rounds go their way. And now the ultimates start flowing. This is feeling good for Leviathan.
G2 down onto their Stingers and Sheriffs. But Jaws still got that showstopper. See if it comes into play now. Wonder if G2 are thinking about re-clearing B main after how often it is that Leviathan have played for that.
Yeah, they've loved fighting for this orb.
There's
Same.
that jiggle again.
Yeah.
Prowler to find Neon. Here we go. Showstopper committed before anything else, and it delivers. Neon has fully abandoned the site. A lost cause here. As now back in comes Sato. A second leash on life for him. As he charges on forward, sent back by Trent. There it is. One on the return as Valen now steps into the 4. Keep your eyes on Baby Bay all the way on the other side of the map. He is nowhere near to help his team. Now Sato's turned his attention back to heaven. Leviathan have the lead.
It's a bit of a rough map one for Sato on the Neon. Fell victim to a lot of first deaths pushing into this utility. But here, it has really been good out of him. 18 and 12 right now. It's so impactful on these retakes. This is a 4-on-5 for Lev to try and solve. But Sato gets that kill with the Molly and then the help of blows. Very aware. That's where these last couple players would be.
Trent not liking that round after getting a few nice shots. Seems like maybe the way they've been approaching it is to stick together as a pack more because they're maybe afraid of those refights. They want to have numbers to be able to bring it in, but...
And it is scary. If you don't know where the Phoenix or the Neon is, it's very threatening to an Extremity player.
Something's got to change, and it's going to be Baby Bay active down on A.
Well, asked for it, got it immediately. Takes his fight off the rip.
Interesting, though, that G2 did throw down the wall on B main, but they want to reset the round. That early pick changes things for them.
They know that Lev likes to go for walks, likes to get proactive if they lose a player early like this.
Sorry, does Jagamo have a Spectre? Poor
Yeah.
guy. No one can give him a gun?
The run and gun merchant, you don't want him with that weapon?
So sad. So he won't be the one leading the charge yet.
Don't blink.
Mid is a problem. With how far Spike's worked down, Baby Bay soon to meet him. Spike stepping out into the open. And Baby Bay was right there, so he just basically wins this round unless something goes horribly wrong, and that something could be Neon in the corner. He breaks it himself and just keeps holding down the trigger. Where's the rest of the team? Jagamo sent down to his death. And Neon has stunted this round. We are 30 seconds in, and G2 are bailing.
30 seconds
They're trying
left.
to cancel back into a B split. But there's a player tucked in the corner. Neon, again, a second chance to end this round.
How does he find himself here again? No luck this time around. King's taking his place on site. 15 seconds. Kill the Spike, stay alive. That is the mission. He's in a good position to do so. That's the first achieved. The second falls, but Baby Bay is there for a third kill on the round. Blow's now in the 1-on-2. Baby Bay steps up.
Planted.
Blow's not even wasting a moment. Silent on the drop, but he's right there into Babybay's crosshair again. This guy's been unleashed.
What did they feed him today? Since coming back from Santiago, Babybay has been an absolute beast for G2. And have no doubt, he won that round single-handedly.
By himself. The opener,
Yep.
the pick in mid.
That one was insane, catching that timing. Now here's how he played that. Insta-flash, swing, good night, Sato. And then this catch as
10
well.
seconds left. Spike down.
And even further on, if he's not getting these kills, there's 10 seconds left. That's a guaranteed loss for G2. Already getting back into the next round. Viper's Pit, up in mid for Lev.
The buy a bit awkward for G2. Guardian in Trent's hand, a Spectre once more for Jaw. The G2 want to reset back into A. Fully ignoring out the pit in mid.
And with Lev not having a true sentinel, unlike G2, makes the concept of just going for a fast hit into an A site a little more tenable.
We'll see though. Spike's got to judge. There's always seizes that can be thrown down. There's always a stun. Plenty of tools at Lev's disposal if they are hitting. Tide is in. And now a quick rotation. Leviton already have 4 players on this site. This is a big gamble out from G2, but no one actually waiting down there. Does mean they have the site, but the ramp retake is where it's coming down to.
It comes down to Babybay again. Prowler doesn't catch him.
Oh, he has a moment here, but it's a shotgun. Does he have it? No. Spike better this time around. So Jogamo advances on the other side. A 1v1 waiting for him as well. Paranoia goes wide, but his feet are burning. Does has no idea where to go. But the rest of G2 on site, the Smokes duo lighting up the kill feed. The Reckoning as well. But there goes Neon. Neon is there.
He TP'd past the ult. That was so sick from Neon.
So sweet. Wait, make some noise too. King is trying to get active here. Heard too many golf claps this afternoon. Wants to bring it right back into G2's face.
Man, show me that from Neon's perspective. Watch how on point this is. Here's the ult, TP's up, and Valon's expecting a player to be a free kill.
One enemy
Instead,
remaining.
it's 2 pick for Neon. It's King on the other side. And that is Lev taking the lead.
King has been enjoying it this day as well. Not the first time I've seen him stand up and ask for a little bit more. Now G2 on the back foot again. A broken buy. Leviathan on the verge of 12.
G2 basically forced to play for overtime here. Unless they could do something truly heroic.
And be careful of speaking too soon. G2 always a problem.
They won 2 rounds with only hero weapons on Breeze.
But this 1-2 punch from Leviathan could be brutal. Sato's in a great position with some support by King. We'll see how it goes. Combo goes the wrong direction into vents. And Sato's taking his time for now. G2 are waiting for the restep. In good positions themselves. Sun goes out, Jogamo for the first, but Spike not too far behind. Jogamo on 2 already, and Spike can't pick up the gun. Eyes on Neon, the hero in the last round gets another, and is breaking all the utility himself. It's too much, as he is overwhelmed when all is said and done. And now Spike steps straight into Leaf. Don't you dare speak too soon versus G2. They will punish you.
Somehow ahead in this round, and now Blows, an unenviable task. Takes his time, re-clears back towards mid, and
this guy's fighting his inner demons back in mid right now. Like, where are these guys? They're ghosts, they're in my walls. No, they're all on site. Blows can't even play the round.
if he caught a player here, maybe he goes for it, but nothing given. It's G2 keeping 3 alive, winning an eco, and tying this game yet again.
Not just that, Trent doesn't have to use the Nightfall, so that's all good. We're not too far either from a Raze ult, an Astral ult into it as well. Those are going to come into play in the next 2 deciding rounds here in regulation.
It's such a jaw moment, coming off of an off game. in that loss against MIBR to show up and deliver in these big rounds.
Hey, that close range bandit.
It's deadly. And you got a feel for Spike there. He had this position where he could have pinched through, but G2's util absolutely suffocates him. Thorns meant he couldn't push up and actually trade out his teammates as they were getting slaughtered by the bandit.
Leviathan sinking everything into this round, and even then, still a shotgun and a pistol. G2 will take their time at the start.
King pressured back.
It's that same element of utility they showed in the last round, except this time, G2 repositioned back onto A.
And LEV start to walk away. Had 3 players on A, and now they get worried about the space in mid they gave.
Here it comes once more. Except this time, the Thorns are broken on the ledge. Options for Leviathan to pop out if they want to, but that wall is so hard to pass through regardless that Leviathan are just going to fight over ramps again.
A change from Baby. He's been caught here before. Now he plays far more passive, ready to be a late backstab.
Big that G2 get the open plant as well. That'll help out Baby if it comes down to him in the clutch.
The shotgun is potent, even on a retake like this.
But Leviathan have no ultimates to play off of. Give anything to John, he will tear you apart. Here they come. Leviathan, use that wall to pass over to the other side, and Spike to strike first. Leviathan get the first 3-4 in a row. It's gonna have to come down to Baby, and it will fall with him too. Leviathan are right back on top.
That was a flawless eco retake from Leviathan.
Beautiful. It doesn't get much better than that right there.
No. And the work that they did with Spike on the judge, the space he created for the rest of the team to trade. This has been a game that has been defined by who is better in the chaos, who can play around the litany of smokes. And this time it's LEV. Look at the timing there, the coordination that they're all swinging backside with. And now the task falls to G2. You want overtime, deliver on another round with SMGs.
How do they craft this one? And how does Leviathan change it to? G2 want to go back into mid control, and this time Sato is a little bit closer. Watch the utility. The hunt is broken. Sato is in the clear, and now he's into the smoke. He's going absolutely mad! That is ridiculous, Leviathan! They want this game right here, right now. That duelist duo completely evaporates the lineup on G2's side. And once again, in the blink of an eye, it is just Baby left on his own. And that spike is unrecoverable.
They have turned this game around through some improbable moments. And now just a kill away from earning that third map. Neon delivers it. Leviathan. You thought they were out of it. You doubted them. But here they are, pushing us to bind.
Going all the way back 2022, that's when I recall it.
Yeah, just doing it earlier. Map 3, though, it's a big one. G2 has never lost back-to-back group stage games in Americas. This would be something new if they fall here for Leviathan. It'd be a massive moment for them. Massive turnaround from kickoff.
Well, that would, of course, mean that Leviathan start off the stage 2-0. Be absolutely major. Set themselves up nicely, but utility being exchanged does result in Leviathan running on back. King has a read here on the lurk, and it is beautiful.
Good night, Baby. That's a big head to find. Those Thorns down, now just Valen here to police A.
Now Valen will step in to his position, catch the good timing, but not when that bird pops in his eyes. First 2 openers go Leviathan's way, and well, it's really just Leaf here now. His teammates going on a walk down out of B, so he'll take his time.
Pretty slow on this flank. You already see Neon tucked deep, able to jiggle for that exact flank.
Yeah, it's been so long that he's actually worried about the long flank now.
There.
Has given a window to slip forward for G2. King, 2 locked in to leave even an inch. This could be a problem. Of course, Neon will equalize. Get one of those flankers dealt with, but Leaf is really a terror on this Viper. Too much for him to do left in this round. So the pistol will go Leviathan's way after getting shut out of both of them on split.
Yeah, great opener there, getting the pick onto BabyBay towards short. And then getting a highlight of some of what the value Sky can bring out here. Little flash combo, right? Flies right past him and then late pops once it's out of the teammate's view. Oh, really well coordinated from Leviathan.
Just really pretty shooting from King all around there.
Neon as well, bringing that hype we saw towards the end of map 1, or map 2 rather, into this one as well.
Leaf with those 2 kills says, I'm gonna go ahead and take a Sheriff in my hands. Down B long for now. Leviathan doing similar early conditioning. They really like to have one mode that they show you round after round after round and mix it up with the quick rounds in between.
Winning pistol is really important for Leviathan. They lost both on last map. And I think that really could have been the difference in that being a pretty dominant win in the end, especially when you're playing attack into Vice, double smokes, and you're playing this Neon Phoenix comp that doesn't have any dive that can actually go over that utility. It's big to get your start early.
I'm curious to see how this Phoenix continues to perform on bind now. Of course, I think on the defense side, I almost like it a little bit better with those pop flashes around the tight corners for fighting for space like this.
Yeah, you played a lot like how you would play the Sky in that position.
Yeah, it's so good. I think such a good agent at just like when you play with one other teammate with you and you sort of swing off one another, have that flash ready to go. Super effective. Okay, King, no headshot this time.
We don't really talk about it in agents like, but it is interesting to see that G2 not running a flash agent here.
Yeah, sticking to just the fade in terms of initiation. BabyBay's like, but I have a flash. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
fair enough.
One enemy remaining.
Not sure if it counts exactly.
It's an easy cleanup in the end. You see Sato passing his gun over so he can int for ult orbs. Good little tech if you're playing Phoenix. You want to die, you want to kill, you want to orb.
And he is just going to get the kill. So
that'll work.
Best of it all right there for a flawless anti-eco.
So now a real look at what G2 is cooking up here. Seen both these rounds they end up giving early picks. That's important on the eco, but on that pistol round, losing BabyBay on the jiggle was big. The strength of this comp is going to be playing back, playing off your stall utility, and forcing Lev into bad fights as they either try to bait that out or exec into your tools.
Now the first 2 rounds for Lev were all about B long early on. This time, bulk of their forces make heavy noise with the Sky Flash into shower. Showing an adaptation on this round, and it's not like Leviathan don't pack a punch. They've got 3 Phantoms at their disposal, a Bulldog as well. This is a very competitive round.
You see G2 valuing that C's nade. If they hear an orb tap, they'll look to do that and then fight up against the Phoenix.
Quick on the cross. Leviathan have already seized control over shower. Sato picks up the orb.
I like that they recognize the possibility of a threat and choose to fight before greeting the orb.
Mm-hmm. Make sure there's no one behind the corner. Make sure that util isn't going to come out.
Still, for all the time they spent, besides getting that orb, they've made no inroads. G2 just re-cleared showers with that Prowler.
And for all the aggressive lurking King has done in the last 2 rounds, he's kind of out of it this one. Hanging out back over towards B long, just making sure no one walks out of hookah and gets the flank on his teammates. So the rest of his team is forced to accelerate now, down towards short. Spike up inside of the smoke, and really going all the way around, it would seem. Giacomo being battered by utility, and that stinger in backside runs out of bullets. Spike switches over to the classic. Leviathan are just running through G2. 3 in the round for Spike, and that is it.
So much value off of the flashes that round. Leviathan brought 4 to the party, and they were all effective in that brawl backside. They contact close, know that G2's composition likes to play back and spam stall utility at the planter, so instead, they take the fight to them.
And Spike ran all the way back through spawn on the hunt. Now they know exactly where BabyBay is. That gun is not sticking around, and with a flawless round with that final kill going into Sato, that is now the ultimate online for round number 4.
And in a series where the pistol rounds have been pretty unforgiving for Leviathan, converting a bonus early, such a difference. G2's already calling a timeout, and I think it's going to be what we were just discussing about how this is a composition that wants to fight into you, and if you're trying to just play stall utility, you need to have ways to be ready for that. Okay, owner. Pretty much it. So instead, they have to figure out how they can hold and play more passively while not getting punished by these pop flashes from LEV. Because normally the solution you call is, okay, don't let them fight into us, we brawl forward instead. That's kind of tough to do with their comp.
Yeah, it seems a little bit of a mismatch when you're looking at Leviathan, who has Sky Flashes, Phoenix Flashes, Neon Stuns, so much to run at you.
Yeah.
And G2's like, oh, we can like Season Age you, which is really good if it hits, but you kind of need all those pieces to connect.
So I like the positions they're playing this round. More proactive, more forward, and just pistols, so they're going to end up dying.
Me personally, I liked when they lined up right on top of each other, so we could just spray them down, no problem.
Level like that too.
And there you go. King back onto the A short lurk.
It's 7-0, by the way.
Yeah, King is definitely at his happiest when his team is doing the B long default at round start, and he can just own A short. That's where the fun truly begins.
He's always loved playing that role. Getting that Viper on the extremity. As the last few players from G2 will come into their death.
I mean, the Neon Stun is available for the retake even after that early fight. That just goes to show how many tools LEV have at their disposal.
So to the point then, I think the win condition for G2 is to play up and use your stall utility to contain them before they can get through chokes. If you try and fight into them, you lose because you don't have enough tools. If you try to play back, they fight into you with flashes. And, well, if you die, King's going to taunt you like that. So let's see. They're at their timeout. They had an eco to think. Can they come up with a solution?
King sitting 7-0 right now. Constantly engaging with the fans. I'll help him lead his team to a great round already to hit coming in. Run it back for Sato. On through. It's right into the thick of the smoke. Leap is there. Quick taken out. And a teleport on the other side. Giacomo could try to make this messy. That's Showstopper unlocked. Let's hear how this one goes down.
Valeu. Mano, sabia que o cara ia jogar coisa rápido, mano.
Saúde da rede fudeu, velho.
Aonde que o cara tá?
Okay, Valen. I kind of wish we could have heard what was going through Valen's comms right there, because he just mowed them down. I think he got a kill on short into a kill on showers almost instantaneously, trading for his teammates, then just rip the ult on U-Haul.
It's a really great round from him, stepping up there. And I think the difference maker, even though he ended up dying, was Jaw holding showers, creating other problems. Kind of different angles. You see Spike is going and turning as that Showstopper gets popped.
Both on showers there. And okay, there's the short. Yep.
So that extra bit of pressure opens the door for Valen.
That's why we couldn't listen to what he was saying. That makes sense. Okay. Valen's locking it down towards A again. This time holding on to showers. But Leviathan have changed their approach truly, sending their duelists to play for showers again.
Yeah, a little more spread this time.
But
Valen
like
is
before.
here.
Yeah, peeking. Oh my god, Valen does it to him again. Back-to-back rounds.
Hey guys, you do have to use util if you're swinging Valen, I'm sorry to say.
Wow. Because it was like that previous round where they're showing before tapping the orb, but it just doesn't matter against Valen's aim. Sees. Misses just narrowly, so paint shells do nothing. Doesn't matter though. Trent's killing people through smokes again. And he's killing them outside of smokes as well. Baby Bay.
Hey.
Baby Bay got a kill over on B to finish that one.
So it turns out the solve is they have flashes, they want to fight. If we're playing back, they're going to brawl into us. Is, okay, we're going to play weird forward off angles, force them to waste their utility, shutting down plays like this. And if they don't, they just die.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I'm running it through my head, and I'm not sure how much of this is a strategic solution or just Valen killing everyone.
I think
that
it's
remains
kind of,
to be seen.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out here.
He shouldn't be getting 2Ks consistently, though, nor 4Ks from Heaven.
Yeah, Molly to stop the retreat over on elbow. Keep these players out in the open. So Leaf is stuck here, and now comes the Thunder, raining down the Molly to kill Leaf. That is the full setup coming to fruition from Neon. Trent into back halls, and Spike is on the prowl. Spike ever forward on the advance. Just a perfect drawn-up plan in the playbook from Leviathan to just clean up this round.
Yeah, even an advantage. So confident to go for that play solo. Rewarded for jogging. Haunted. King is so aware.
Yeah, I think you'll see it again in the replay. How good that Molly is from Neon that he throws off the rip. Because, you know, immediately you're like, oh, that's not doing anything right off the bat. But if anyone is playing down B long or an Octagon, and they're trying to run away from the advance of all your plays, they're trying to run away from your Brimstone ultimate, that's where you retreat to, and you don't necessarily hear it drop. So he just runs straight into his demise.
Yeah, and it has two facets, too. If there's players that were going back and trying to flood back in as that exec came through, you just can't against the Brim Molly. Want to watch that again, though. Really nice combo from them. And Leviathan, you don't break that streak that they ended up losing out on.
Interesting. Glass operator for Jogamo. Been struggling at the start of this one, but thinks that could be the solution.
Yeah, I think furthering the idea that they just want to take fights ahead of where Leviathan wants to use flashes for.
I've got your trail.
I think it's the first time a player has ever gone near Hookah for Leviathan, and his blows trying to sell a fake. While the rest of the team pops out into A. Wall to divide the site. Spike is in the thick of it. Somehow sliding on through as King gets the opener. And now Spike in the corner. Valen has no clue what is going on. Leviathan just swarm over the site, leave no room to breathe.
And with an operator in the hands of Jaw, it's tough to try and go for this retake, especially with the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do here? It's time to get out, G2.
No hope.
Play for some exits maybe, but Lev's econ is gorgeous at the moment. Winning those first, what was it, 4 rounds in a row. Just set them up for this entire half, essentially.
The amount of tools that Spike has to help him has just made this game a fun house. He can swing any angle he wants. He's going to have a Sky Flash. He can take any fight he wants. And he feels like he's going to be at advantage. Again, it's G2 falling victim to these deep post-plant fights as Trent will collect a couple on his way to the grave.
Something's going down on stage. Leviathan is having...
Sato, I think?
I think Lev might be having the most fun I've ever seen them have down there in a tight game, tight series. Really playing up to a full house here.
Someone's still yelling down there. After dying to Brimstone in Heaven, this time just a spam to get it done.
One dead.
That's a second timeout. About to get called by G2.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Maybe not playing to the crowd. But people here are loving it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Josh hits that timeout button once again. Really different situation. And Smoke and don't get bullied out by the flash, because usually what's happened is backside players, they're getting flashed, so that's why it's all falling apart. But now they've seen it one too many times, and that's exactly why Leviathan are changing their approach. So it's the same Molly from a new angle, except this time Leviathan advance in through Hookah for the first time ever. Just showing that util in the last round. This time Leaf is waiting for it. This time all of G2 is there. Some paint shells for a little bit extra. Now blows. Getting mowed down outside of the teleport. Giacomo is scouting outside of the pit. Oh. Sometimes it's just fun to watch John. When he gets 3 around like that, he delivers.
Yeah, from 0 kills to now up to 3 off that. Really nice from him. And that's really the dream scenario for G2, right? You have players in the right position, you know what choke they're coming from, and you get to spam your utility.
And that's
Molly,
also
nade.
It's a combination coming through the teleport. I don't think the C's actually caught, but that was the timing G2 went for. They're throwing a C's from Trent, trying to stop these players from all going through.
Okay, well, you've proved that you can hard hold against the Hookah Pop. Now let's see what they've learned about holding on to A.
Exactly, because they proved they could hold against a thing they hadn't seen yet. Showers has been the main point of attack in a lot of these slower openings from Leviathan, that duo.
I like having the Vise Flash here this time, being able to flash and refight into this space.
Last time it was a contact from Sato, and Valen was here. This time, a jump peek and a double swing. As now that flash comes in, Baby can't deliver. Just chuck down the molly and reset this round.
LEV not too mad. They spend one flash, but look at the proactivity. G2 walking down King.
Oh, King gets through. But Leaf knows this, and he knows that Leviathan think their back is clear. Nice shot out from Jogamo. Now forcing Leviathan to heat on up. But with this wall blocking them, now the flank can come to fore. It's been shut down. Trent holds his nerve over on B, but these shots just being traded back. It's crazy as Spike is tagged up through the wall. He's shut down by Valen. Leviathan have no real space to work with. It is uncomfortable to the maximum, and Jogamo is good for 3 back-to-back.
Yeah, the solve was wake jaw up. Get this man active. Delivers yet again. And I like the aggression there from G2. Off of hearing this, they are insta pushing down B. All he needs, really. And with that information that was garnered earlier, Trent just has to wait for his free kill on King as his teammates just get to brawl on the other side. This game has been a lot. G2 starting to figure out this play.
Let's go.
So 4 back to B long. Reminds me of those early rounds that Leviathan were on cruise control with. But they'll show the early Sky Flash showers regardless.
They're contacting for the space instead of hard going for it.
Interesting that over in showers, G2 fully stepped up so they're aware that no one's behind that flash. Doesn't quite matter though on the B side of the map. Leaf, the only survivor for the time being, stunned up and sent packing. Stuck in the middle of sight, he's alive somehow for a moment. And yet, he will ultimately fall, and G2 are left with just 2 in the round.
And it's now tough to see how this retake would even be possible. You have basically no tools to get back through. Look at that flash coming off cooldown.
Okay.
That'll work.
3 on 2 now. But still breaking out of that choke is so hard. Especially the angles blows as Valen makes it happen. Somehow Baby Bay does as well. King has to step up now, but he won't. How do they win that?
Absolutely illegal. A B post plant with basically nothing to get through, and LEV, I mean, you have to say that was a blunder. The player getting caught from CT.
Yes.
No trade from Hookah.
Brings it down into a 3 on 2, and then somehow Valen is just walking out from that choke point.
Let's watch it again. This is how great it started. 4v2.
No swings. No one there and ready.
For how good they've been at team fighting this game. It falls to pieces there.
I don't think Baby Bay knows how it happened either. That's ridiculous. And so again, we're down to the wire at halftime. Chance to tie things up for G2 now. Right off the tough start to this map.
And look, just literally on his phone in spawn, ready to insta-rotate with the showstopper.
Blows is seen right against the corner. Good shots, not connecting. And now that showstopper into the mix of things. Leviathan get to, quickly traded back. The wall is down and Jogamo still alive on this site. G2 approach from every single angle. Leviathan paranoid, can't see a thing, can't hear a thing. And Leaf from behind. Neon has no idea.
Spike down A.
Sato now enclosed upon. Jumps out with the teleport. Spike in hand, but no one's gonna follow him. He's waiting, he's just hoping that someone will take the bait. But now he's almost waited too long. At some point, G2 are gonna realize, hey, he hasn't committed. They can just wait and spawn just like Jaw at the start of the round and react.
Sit there and play your 3-on-1. Sato could take all the time in the world to find a pick.
But that's the problem. There's no one actually near enough for him to do anything.
And you see how cautious he is, clearing every angle, thinking through every possibility.
One flash. That is all he's got. And 20 seconds left. He'll think they've moved to B now. But it's still too dangerous to plant back sight.
But now there's so many questions in his head. At this point, they could have reflanked through B. They could be coming from spawn. And it's still a 3-on-1.
His only salvation, Trent only has one ability. That's it. Nothing else left to find him, but it won't even make a difference. Leaf is there, and G2 course correct to tie at the half.
Yeah, great turnaround from them. Engaging in more forward fighting, getting ahead of these flashes, and crucially, realizing that it's very rare for LEV to play a fully spread default. So you have that ability to proactively push in the side lanes.
We missed that the first time around. That was nutty.
Yeah, disgusting from him. G2,
Go,
they
boys.
looked out of sorts. But the game is tied at half.
Doesn't get much better than that. We've got with a pistol round for them. That's how they got that round streak going at the beginning. Things operate a little bit more differently on the defense side of Bind for Leviathan. They've got plenty of options to fight for it if they want, and you're seeing 4 players down B-long at the start.
I expect a lot of these B-long fights.
Creeping down with a flash ready to go. There it is, and Sato on the collat. Yeah, get the gun leaf and the spike and hightail it out of there, but this round just got blown up.
And normally you're doing that fight to get the orb, but here, I like the decision. 4 players contact up, have that deep fight off the Phoenix Flash. G2 had a high-low, but I think as the flash popped, they stood up and ended up perfectly lined up while trying to run away.
Flash gets a ping, B-long as well. Not sure how many that could be.
And look at the discipline from LEV. 1 player actually holding each side as 3 already as a quick reaction force.
But like the holds of the Viper in the sky, they're so passive, right? To not give any chance.
I mean, the Viper's literally sitting in heaven watching for someone to walk through CT.
Yeah, this is discipline. Just let G2 chew through more time on the clock.
Trade-off is that you give them space.
Sure. But you also have to take some element of risk. Charging on in goes Spike. He's downed. And Trent has gotten 3 kills out of absolutely nowhere. Sheriff in hand, and he is dealt with, but anytime he takes that Sheriff, you hold your breath for just a moment.
Yeah, you talk about the risk. It seems like the risk was Trent that round still. LEV do enough to trade it out and convert on their advantage. Here's that collide again. I love the way that Sato is varying his Phoenix flashes. You see him swing it to the right there, so it's very weird to turn, and it means even players in that passive angle are caught by it.
Exactly, because if he goes for the left flash, those players back on that box, very likely not flash. That only gets the people close to that corner. But the wide one, as long as his teammates aren't hit by it, they're going to be okay.
So that's a good recovery. You lose 4 in a row in the first half, get a pistol in the second.
Again, Leaf chooses to pick up a Sheriff here on the
Jaw
eco.
is on full armor classic.
Blinded.
What is he cooking?
Something, that's for sure.
Just trust the double satchel right click to get a pick?
You just got to trust the process, I think, Mimi. They win enough of these Thrifties. Good seize on King, but nothing's happening behind it. Just yet, looking for some spam. I like the idea, but...
Minus 1,000 credits.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just have 2 shotguns. They lay waste to you. At least Sheriff did get 2 kills at the end of the day, so that's almost worth it. Half pays for itself. And he is dealt with.
It's a good cleanup in the end from LEV. A lot of tools to just hold these lanes down. I actually think I, in some ways, like this comp better on defense in that you just have so many tools to push and pull in the mid-round to get aggressive, and it makes your ability to flood through smokes and constantly fight really strong.
I think about like the old Sky on Bind without the rechargeable flash or whatever, where if you wanted to run like a play on the pistol round where you like flash once and then flash again to catch them, you're out of utility completely. Now, use one Sky flash as a default, you could always have a Phoenix behind it.
Exactly.
Could be recharging more. It's a lot better.
I have so many tools since that update. It's a very passive start from G2. Expecting something aggressive on this bonus round.
Not actually coming into play. Neon showing a little bit more activity in showers, but with how passive that jiggle is, I don't think he's going to be fooling G2 too much for the time being.
It's good damage.
Okay. Neon might have sat down in trench chair. Gets those shots through the smoke.
So 40 seconds gone, and G2 haven't actually taken any space.
But I like the decision to leave Jogmo, who is on a Guardian A, and B, taken down on low HP. He's going to be the guy that's sticking around on the A side of the map. Maybe just rotates back to the squad.
Only the Viper shows on that dog. You don't know how many are behind it. And even if a flash gets sent out, that's still not good info. You still think that's just a lurk.
Good news for G2 is the 2 anchors on this side, they're the guys with only the sheriffs, right? Although bad news is that Spike is already here. That kid is fast. Now tucked into the corner. First kill goes Trent's way.
15 seconds.
It's low onto the clock. Spike could be the dagger, could be the problem. There's the first. 10 seconds remaining. As Blows dies to the molly, it's got to be all on Spike now. Kill the planter. Do something, it won't be there. The Spike goes down. Sato gets a kill through the smoke. It's a little bit claustrophobic now. It's Leviathan full of confidence. Just face check out of there. Pops the molly for a quick heal. And that blocks off the Spike. Tries to pull someone into Neon's view. Good turn, that's a kill, but no more behind it. Leaf is steady there to bring this back within 1.
That round could have very nearly gone bad for G2. They burned so much time before going for that hit, and within that, didn't actually bait out any util. You see, it's 15 seconds by the time they're committing. I think the crux of this round is just how good the coverage was from players like BabyBay. Even still, if that Guardian had just went for a spam...
Every round, but we make that happen.
Yeah, about sums it up. If the Guardian spam would come through, they'd probably just lose on time.
Yeah. You know, G2 end up playing a lot of those scarier rounds. They get pretty low on the clock. They make kind of late-minute pivots as well, based on just the slightest amount of information or positioning of a lurker on the map. It's got to be interesting to hear how they come up with these late-round decisions, and especially on a round like this where they have such a bruised economy, too. Now teleport's coming in beside.
The Neon's here.
There's plenty to come. G2, let's listen to what they've got.
Yep. I'm lurking up short, keep pressure.
Okay, he's gonna fight you now, I think.
Okay, I'm just putting smokes.
I think he's pocket.
Are we hitting A? Use
Flying front sight.
Yeah, we're trying to. Could be
Can't help
pocket
you.
still.
Tether default. I'm just ulting, bro. Fuck it, we win. Let's go. Not in the smoke. He could be back right though.
You all then.
Yep, you all.
Oh, well done.
They have
Close short on me.
Yeah, nice. I see you all now. I want to take you all now.
Wait, I'm 2 steps.
Key Thorn.
Re-smoke front sight if you can, Drake.
We're playing heavy U-haul.
I have a flash. They have a ward for bomb, okay? I'm gonna re-wrap.
Listen,
yeah,
boys, we have flash for front sight. We're gonna need to fight front sight. Or
They're molly in front of you.
They mollied pocket. Can we fight front sight soon? They're through.
You. 260, bro. 2 you all.
Last player standing.
Free fire me. Gotta fight this guy.
All good. Yeah, he had an angle. Unlucky.
Nice try.
That was a fantastic retake from Leviathan and Sato with the 3K. And there was something kind of on full display there. I think you could hear in the comms how G2 knew they needed to go for the backside fight. They had the right plan. But oftentimes, especially in these late round situations, what you want to do is always be the first one acting. Force the enemy team to react to you. So Leviathan getting proactive, getting in front of that fight, fighting into lamps before G2 had the chance, is exactly what leads to them winning the round.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, you heard that they were expecting that fight to come through front sight, but that decision from Sato to send it into U-Haul instead ended up being so effective. Another game where I feel like, well, he's not at the top of the kill count. He's been so impactful in a lot of these key rounds. With the fights he's taking, and also just with the flashes he's been able to find.
So Satchel across. Interesting idea from Jogamo.
That was close for Neon. Got tagged by the Haunt, nearly spammed down.
That is one Satchel spent, though, and keep an eye on the walk down. Here comes Sato. Curveball out, and Jogamo flashes and gets away.
Satchels. Back out of that one. The reactions are good. If it was anyone else, they'd probably die. But still, G2 have to kind of deal with these other extremities. They put a little pressure on Blows. They want to look to end this one, likely back towards B.
Couple players just one away from an ultimate and an orb for the taking. Okay, BabyBay, get that lineup ready. Just like Josh showed you. Oh, which wire was it? Is it that one? I don't know.
I think he remembers.
There's like 4 wires up there. It could be tough. Okay. Oh, and ready for that one too. He was priming the first one before he sent the second. Very nicely done. Thorns go into the site. All the utility on full display. That is gorgeous. The sky's opened up. Divides up the site. G2 secure their kills as teleports come in on the other side. Spike not wasting a moment. Not wasting a breath. Spike is down. Leaf for 3 is good for it. And Blows has nowhere left to go but home.
What a turnaround from G2. They were completely bisected by that Brim ult. Had to push Jaw into their own thorns to get away. But the swings on the other side were excellent. And this time, in the chaos of the team fight, it's G2 finding the right angles. Getting away with 4 alive.
Yeah, Leaf's adjustment there. Hearing the teleports come in, even in the thick of all that. Then turn around, knock out both those players. That's what turns the round.
So a bit faster there in the approach from G2. And nets them another round. And here you can see that again. Look at how much this Brim ult is doing. But Valorant is very aggressive and immediately has this double swing backside. This is what you're talking about with Leaf.
That Seize is so good, catching King backside too.
Whew. And then being ready for the TP play as well.
I've noticed a lot today.
That he's not a fan of.
Maybe coming up with an idea on an eco round too. Couple of Buckies now. Phantom in Sato's hands, and he has a run it back. So some choices to be made around, do we actually use any of these ults?
Trent expected an aggressive B play. You saw him holding the C's at round start.
Lev could still do an aggressive play, but on a bit of a delay. That late flash really signals to G2 that, oh, B's the weak side of the map, just scouting.
Oh, look at how much respect they're giving out of this timeout. Players are back here all the way towards spawn, just waiting for that aggressive play, which they know will come at some point.
But that dog is good. Reveals someone's in the corner. Still seems like G2 might want to test it. No, instead, inching away. The mobility of these duelists, getting ready for another active idea.
I like the pocket in that Viper wall. Lets players jump up into hookah untested.
Good calling from Valen. Working around the stronger side.
You know they have shotguns. You know the risk that can bring, so...
Stay out of lamps. That's usually how this goes down. Or make sure utility is quite good. There the Bucky fired off a shot, so they hear it.
And
Still no spike plant though. It's 30 seconds left. And there's some problems here on the site. Whole lot of smokes. Whole lot to confuse you. Spike eventually goes down, but Giacomo had gone all the way up into it. With a shorty good for a kill.
Still a run it back and Neon flanking around.
Oh, Sato looking for the spam. Baby deals with that flank. How has this gone like this? Leviathan not having much of a chance at all. Just dying before they even get to play the round, it seems. 2 quick ones for Spike as the pit will go down. It seemed like Leviathan never even had a chance to play the round they wanted, regardless of having bad guns or not. It was G2 beating them to the punch in that fight in the post plant. They're the ones that activated first on the backside fight.
And it was a really risky round with the shotguns in that close range. I think the key decision for me was after the pit, even though they were low time, they never greeted the plant. Instead, they took the time to push 2 people together to the edge of this pit to be able to punish the players that they knew would flood into it. And that just worked a dream.
Leaf was on the other side of triple there and got killed through the box.
He's joking.
Couldn't have said it better myself. 9-9 now. And this time, fight down B long. Different version of the pistol, and Leaf is going to be punished for it. He thought that was a safe space, but now Sato runs it back for the first kill. That's great work from him, and now without a duelist, G2. How do they actually do anything from here? The fight keeps coming their way. Leviathan aren't slowing down at all. Push G2 fully away from showers.
And the Seekers give perfect information.
Yeah.
All 3 G2 members just cowering.
Leviathan know everything they need to win this round. They have the numbers to win this round. But they use that information to hold on to their stack on the A side. That does mean Blows is in a little bit of an awkward position. Needs to play for information and not commit into anything too risky.
And you see him backing away, playing that more passive angle, letting his team set up to retake.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
If G2 have a chance at this round, they need to get an early
30
pick.
seconds left.
They could also just get the spike transferred to Trent. That's a Nightfall. Then you have a Vise ult as well, and it's a B post plant. If no one's flanking, those two ultimates are ridiculous at stalling out the chokes, down numbers or not. There is still threat behind G2 now. 40 seconds to do something. The teleport is in, and now they have the flank. Now Trent has no chance. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Baby Bay and Valen, brothers in arms here. Stuck with nowhere to play from. Sato, defiant. Leviathan up to double digits.
Discipline in the retake works out for Lev. And another big round from Sato. They've shown variance. It's been kind of this push-pull of when the aggressive B long play will happen. How many rounds have G2 just been sitting outside waiting? This time, there's a catch. The slide, the flash, Leaf had no chance. And then making the decision to say, hey, they lost long, they'll react showers, we TP with the ult. That is great from Lev. Take your advantage, further it with that additional kill, and lock in the round.
That Phoenix ult has been so effective this map.
He's 2 off again, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's always been good for a kill. Either he's getting the kill, or the second he goes down, a teammate is trading him out.
Yep.
It's just always meant they're in a man up.
And now the aggression changes. Contact play down short now, goes loud.
That is very different, and they're not keeping quiet about it, but no one on G2 is close enough to actually hear anything. They have no clue that all this space could have been seized from them.
We are 15 seconds into the round, and Spike is in their spawn.
That's insane. So already you have Neon rotating back over to B, but the ultimates are coming down. It might not matter the quick rotates if G2 can get on this site, but Spike is already over on Fountain. Sato clears the wall, and that has Leaf looking the right way, but he dies anyways. A Steel Garden too. That's gonna ping out 2 players. Jammed up as the rest of Leviathan try to come in and help. Jogmo doesn't see a thing as the smoke clears. It falls, and so do Leviathan. Stuck on opposite ends, all looking all sorts of different ways. G2 mopping the floor with them.
That is a round that Lev could not lose. If they had won that, that is G2 using 3 ults. That was them in an information advantage from the start. And even getting that kill, they had no business getting onto Leaf here. The difference maker was the Steel Garden and the Thorns. Those players that pushed elbow had no way to get out except push into the utility. And G2 feeling that pressure from their flank, full committed.
Nice kills, Alex. Let's go.
And won that fight.
I really think if G2 can get the spike down on B site, there's not many chances for Leviathan on the retake. Oh, the stall utility on the chokes is devastating. And yet, just 2 rounds after he used it, Sato's got the run it back again. So if there's something to make a difference, it could be that.
After seeing 2 aggressive rounds from Leviathan in a row, G2 start this one very slow. Cautious towards short.
Sato's in a position now where very good to assist the A short fight with that ult from Lamps, or even pop through the teleport if G2 end up pivoting back into B. But G2 are doing absolutely nothing. They are waiting for someone to show themselves.
But still, Lev has been moving around the map. The Neon goes back towards B.
Yep, the patience pays off. And Sato might not be able to get a clean ult off if they're just diving on him. No chance to actually use it, but the kill is there. Buys himself some protection with the flame on the floor. And now he runs it back. Neon too, they're approaching from every single front. There goes Valen trying to catch out Sato. But he's in the clear and he's back in for more.
Down A.
The rest of G2 too far behind. As Neon is there outside a shower. Every angle covered by Leviathan. He dropped for a moment, and now Trent is trying to make an honest go of things. These kills are out of nowhere, and there's too much to deal with.
What a confident round out of Sato. Remember, their 3rd player had rotated away. This is a weak site, but it gets a nasty opener onto Jaw. He's just trying to jump peek, and further punishes onto Valen after his ultimate. Well, all of that was going on. It was Neon solo towards showers. No one had gone there to disrupt that space. And so that crossfire, that duo, enough for Lev to take the lead.
11-10. They can now taste that 2-0. They just need 2 more rounds. A quick play. Finds nothing, but it keeps G2 on their toes. After playing the slow round where they saw absolutely nothing, LEV turn up the gas a bit.
Jaw with an attack side operator. Full reading aggression.
Which is great if Leviathan are running at you, but on these trap plays, maybe not so effective.
And with the amount of flashes they have, even then it can be dangerous.
But if he inches forward, he just can't let them strike him first. It's a timing game. First flash, the second, just out of there. In the nick of time for G2. Sato reconsiders as he moves back up into hookah.
But LEV are aggressive on the other side, have a player forward posted in showers. They feel no reason to rotate off this 3 stronghold.
John knows someone's jumped up. Paint shells to try and force away, but this is a bad round for G2 to be losing out on time to. 30 seconds left. So much riding on this for them. 2 players on the other side, Neon and King, as a teleport comes into showers. Here we go, Neon under immense pressure from both sides is taken down. King, the only one left remaining on this site. As the snake bite doesn't quite catch him. He'll take his time. Spike won't. Spike has lamps. But all of G2 have trickled back towards short.
They have no flashes, and this AWP now becomes potent.
Could be absolutely devastating. There's no smokes either for Leviathan to retake with. That's the first kill. King is down. The kill through the box. G2 are running them down. Sato onto the spike. Looking for the half stick. Has to pull away, and Jogamo won't even let him breathe. 11-11 after a flawless round from G2.
Another round where it looked so rough for G2. Running out of time, defusing that trap play. But that kill is everything. Neon had the make or break position. And with the amount of utility that they pulled out on that other side, working the space towards long, it meant there was no tools to disrupt Jaws off.
And for Leviathan to be on the brink of taking this, to now having a broken bye after 4 rounds been traded back and forth. They need something. You know, pull some kind of rabbit out of a hat.
2 players on just pistols this round.
Time is their greatest ally, though. They know that G2 are diligent. They expect Leviathan to run aggro looks. And Leviathan with a Brimstone ultimate in the back pocket, with plenty of mollies and tools to fight. If we get down to the wire again, that could be unsettling for G2.
Neon has already had to use his smokes at this point in the round.
Yeah, and he's playing a pretty aggressive game as well. Always fighting up into showers. His shot has been effective so far this game.
There's that AWP again.
Oh, he slips away at just the right moment.
LEV wants to re-clear this. The flash may go too wide. There may be an angle for Jaw.
Whoa. Spike is just too fast. He's in there. Spike! It's electric! Madness as it all rains down. Had the chance to. Neon doesn't pull the trigger. We're on 30 seconds left. Here it comes. Spike leading the charge once more. And he wants more. He's not done yet. He switches over to the classic. Could that be what sells the round? 2 alive for G2. The spike goes down. Baby Bay boxed into the corner. Valen left on his own to fight through hell. He is there, but not long enough. Leviathan right back to series point.
That is an incredible round from Spike. It looked perfect for G2. The AWP on the right angle against a light buy. The flash not connecting. But he was ahead of it all. Look at this slide.
Good
on the back
Lord.
pedal. 2 players caught with util in hand.
I think he catches a headshot on the Raze on the way out too with that last bullet.
Oh yeah. And the ult to flush Leaf at the end.
Unreal. Spike now leading the charts with 23 kills. And on the final round of regulation, he says, gimme that up. He'll take the fight down B long, and it'll be a big fight at that. He's pushing down with the up. With Sato right there waiting. 5 players in his face, it doesn't matter. G2 respond accordingly. A showstopper out from Jogamo. not wasting a breath. Down goes Blows. G2 with plenty of numbers, with plenty of control. And a nightfall to boot. Push Leviathan back.
Spike planted.
A Viper's Pit in their face. Only 2 players to avoid overtime.
It'll come down to King and Neon to fight through.
1 enemy remaining.
It's just King now. His support has faltered. Leviathan have been riding this wave of emotions back and forth rounds. I think the last 6 rounds in a row have been traded between these 2 organizations. In such a pivotal moment. Map 3, King going for the ninja, not to be found. OT awaits.
Couldn't think of a different way. This is a G2 that is never lost back-to-back. A G2 that is dominant in Americas. And they've been pushed. They were on the brink. But they will not go down without a fight.
Nice for these teams to finally get a breather after a back-and-forth day. And for the coaches as well now to get involved for just a moment. For OT, they both charge up one more timeout to play off of. Feels like the tension's risen just a little bit as well. Leviathan were having so much fun early, but now that it's in their grips, everything changes. Every shot, every decision means just that much more.
When LEV was playing attack, it was a game about who had the impetus to attack. Who was the one making the play? When it was LEV, they were winning, and they want that chance. They brawl up quick towards B.
Who will strike first? That is the question. Leviathan are already into sight, but 2 players in Hookah is different. It's unique. Blows the chance to pick them off from behind. Leviathan are certainly biding their time. Here comes Blows. But will they expect a second player in Leaf? Leaf to play spoiler. As Valen creeps in, Sato deals with him. It's falling apart for G2. This B site, such a locked box. You just can't get back in. Trent is unleashed. G2 moving swiftly. Neon is there though, and Neon is better. Now rains down hell on Hookah. Leaf pushed back. Has to wake up in a big way. It won't happen. King is there for another series point.
It's a simple round, but the execution is excellent. A fast hit into the site. And this kill, I think that's one that'll haunt Baby Bay. The resilience Leviathan is showing. This is a young team. It's a team with basically that next generation of talent. All of the players from South America that we've been waiting to see step up after getting written.
But after this breather, Josh RT has reset the heads of G2. They're the ones on the attack side. They're the ones in control for now. The spam out from Neon, that's a little different. Got some fire down onto Trent. But it's those warning shots to set the tone of a decisive round.
This time, no trap play on long. Just a jiggle from Blows, and G2 contacting in.
It's honestly a rarity from Leviathan. And for G2 to be up here so quickly, trying to satchel in and kill the Sky. G2 think better of it. Instead, well, we self-canceled Orb. All good. Jogamo just 2 off. Keep your eyes on who is getting the kills on G2's side. If that showstopper comes online late round, it's lights out.
LEV's antsy. Sato going back and forth, trying to figure out the right site to be on.
Leviathan have the read. 4 players here. The fight forward, though. The stun up. Spike wants it. Trying to seize the reins in this round. The drop down. Leviathan have done it. That's 3 out of nowhere. Teleports away. G2 sends scrambling. 30 seconds left into the round, and Leviathan still have players here. Neon could seal the deal right now. Leviathan against all odds, in position, but Giacomo waiting for the fight. Giacomo will not be beaten to showstopper.
He reads it.
He's waiting, comes up a little bit short. That's the way it happens. That's the way they go out. Leaf now in the clutch. Leviathan know exactly where he is. They've dialed in, and Leviathan have done it. 2-0 to start off stage 1, and they delivered G2 their very first 0-2 streak in America's history.